They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hit us, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. I bout to leave them holding like the Bible. AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill it. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. Stay on .62, gon' split em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5-point sale, eat em up, eat em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this pussy, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
What up, what up, what up? Peace and blessings to everybody in the building. Shout out. It's Thursday coming through. Shout out to my brother Terrell Davis in the building. Peace and blessings. All things Big AMC FSG in the building. Bank Hayes, Big AMC in the building. Oakland LDTV in the building. The beautiful Cassandra, Florida's own, in the building. Andy Gill, Salute King, Dodge Gay. What up, homie? What up, homie? Dodge J in the building. Fresh Baker with them pies. My brother Rod Walker, Shalom King. Peace and blessings to you. Joseph Bermia, salute. Daryl Thigpen, what it do, homie? Big Block, salute, my man. Tay D, what up? Shawnee Bo, salute, King. Peace and blessings. Dub Right Side, respectfully. What's going on, King? J. Dixon, salute. All right. So we here today. We in another nigga's place on another nigga's stage. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. That's how my man used to come out on that battle rap culture. But what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody doing well today. You know, Dr. Kid be in a second. Yeah. See Rollo in here, but speak of the beautifulness. Here we go. Well, she was just back there. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Altruistic in the building. Salute. Malik Taylor, salute. Hey, Altruistic, did you ever pull that up and look at it? Yeah, Dr. Key was here, but she just went back out. I think she'll be back. Yeah, Dub Right Side, you know what that is. You know that battle rap. I'm trying to remember who it was. I think that's Arsenal. They say Briz Rothstein coming back. Shout out to my brother Brian, the King Falcone, in the building. Big AMC FSG in the motherfucking building. But yeah, Dr. Key will probably be back in a second. She probably had a phone call. She was right there. But what I was gonna say, right? Oh, all right. Okay, but the beautifulness is back, back, forth and forth.
Hey y'all. Happy Thursday, right? It's Thursday? Yes.
It's Friday, Key.
No, it's not. It can't be Friday. Can't be. Now I know my Fridays.
Fred
um,
Campbell give a salute, big AMCFSG Supreme.
did I send that?
Nice.
But welcome everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday so far. Mine is going okay. It's going okay, but it's gonna get better. God's name is gonna get better. Matter of fact, it's the best day of my life. How about that? Salute to Upper, his wife, and his family. Salute to everybody that's. Go ahead.
No, I was telling Zach, do salute. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Salute to everyone that's here. Thank you guys. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all are here with us today. I'm greatly appreciative of that. I'm dedicating a portion of my show to two beautiful queens. Number one, Sade, the singer, who said, "This is no ordinary love." Okay. Happy birthday to the beautiful queen, Sade. She's given us amazing records. And do you guys know her last tour that she did overseas broke a crazy amount of records? And that's insane because Sade, as we know, Sade puts out what? One record every like seven,
Years.
7 years. Like,
Hey,
but
Key.
this woman has like such a hardcore following.
Yeah, because she got shit. She a pure singer. I thought that was a Leo on your picture.
Yes, I'm gonna get to that, Upper.
Oh, okay. I was say that's how they. Damn, she looking good.
But I also want to say happy birthday to Aaliyah. Now, yesterday I told you guys that, oh, happy heavenly birthday. I told y'all that they had an Aaliyah doll, remember? That was
Yep.
coming out and to commemorate her birthday. Guess what, y'all? It came out, and as quickly as it came out, it left in 29 minutes. The Aaliyah Barbie dolls have officially sold out. They are on back order.
I tried to get my daughter one. They was out of stock.
Yep, out of stock. So that just lets you know the legacy that this woman continues to have. Happy heavenly birthday to that queen, man. She forever shaped R&B. Nobody could tell us nothing when we were doing her dance moves back in the day. Continue to rest in peace, queen.
You know they had to get her out. They had to get her out the way because if they didn't get Aaliyah out the way, then Beyonce wouldn't have been Beyonce.
Oh my God, here we go with the conspiracies.
No, I'm
Hey,
just keeping it
Ian.
100. I'm just keeping it 100. Dame Dash even let you know. She said she didn't feel right getting on that plane, but you know Beyonce didn't blow up until Aaliyah got out the way. You know
Thank you. Thank you.
Aaliyah was in the vampire movie Queen of the Damned. Aaliyah was popping, dog. Like Aaliyah, if Aaliyah was still alive, Beyonce wouldn't have been Beyonce Key. Like Beyonce wouldn't have been Beyonce. Aaliyah would have took all that shit. Like Aaliyah was popping back forth everything. Man, Aaliyah was that shit, dog. It wouldn't
Thank
have
you,
been no.
guys.
It wouldn't have been no beehive. It'd have been the A hive. And Jay Z and them pulled a countermeasure move. That's why
Oh
Damon
my
messed up. All right,
God. Oh
okay.
my God.
Don't be a believer, but shout out to my brother Brian the King Falcone in the cash app with that 222 talking about looking out for the cookout. I appreciate you, King. You the first one to step up and put it in there today. Appreciate you, King. You know I need 4 more to go with Brian the King Falcone before the day's over with. I appreciate everybody for looking out, but thank you. Exactly, Oakland. Like they act like they don't know what's going on, bro. Like, why you think Rockefeller broke up? Dame was in love with Aaliyah. Jay Z was on some snake shit. Then they had to get Aaliyah out the way so they could make room for Beyonce, dog. That's it. Soon as
Oh,
Aaliyah died, Beyonce, boom, that was Beyonce. Shout out to my man Akello Nilla in the building. Planet
all right.
Six, King.
Hello, Planet. Hey, Brian the King. Hey, Shiny Bo. Hey, Opulent. Dub Brightside. Always good to see you. I hope all has been well with you, King. Hey, Tay D. Hey, Andy. Zach B. Supreme Cam. Flyer. What up, Frequent? Salute, King. Where my boy All Things at? It's
He in there.
always good to see you guys. My right hand, Rob Walker in the building. Just wait for the usuals that come up in here to cuss me out. J.A. Dixon and all of them. Salute to E.B. Sweat a lot in the background and Cash Crypto. They pop in when they want to. Mr. Altruistic Malik, salute King. Big Block in the building. Joseph, hey Daryl. Hey
So
Banks, hey Fresh Baker.
now saying shout out to frequent liar. I see him in the building, frequent liar or liar frequently in the
Thank
building.
you. Thank you guys. Anyway, so let's kick this boxing talk off,
Key, why
okay?
you don't ever be wanting to talk about the truth sometimes? Like you always be trying to push that shit to the side. Like
Because
shit
it's a
that be
conspiracy.
going on.
Nobody can prove that. Nobody, we're not talking
Key,
about conspiracy. We
I'm
got
talking about Dr.
enough.
Key. I've done seen a lot of foul shit in the music industry. Shout out to my man, Mr. M Pride. And you know, I was too real to make it in the music industry. I was too real. But everybody know my debut was going crazy. I did shows. I opened for Plies. My shit was crazy. Like I said, Minaj used to be with us. All that. I showed everybody facts of that. I showed them the videos. I showed them the pictures, everything. But I'm just too real. I could have been a rich simp, but hey, money can't buy everything. You ain't gonna hear me like Meek Mills on that tape. You're not gonna hear me like, oh God, nah, that ain't me. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Anyways, hey Kilo, hey Mr. Pride. Let's kick this boxing talk off because we got enough conspiracy theories going on in boxing as it is. All right. I have no housekeeping for y'all. We're going straight into the smoke because it's a lot of things going on
Well, the
out
smoke is coming.
here. It is a lot of craziness going on, just like that in 24 hours. After we had got off, it is steaming. A lot of craziness. So first of all, let's kick this off with Tevin Farmer. As we all know, that it was confirmed that by Oscar himself that Tevin Farmer and William Zepeda was going to rematch. But Tevin Farmer is pissed off again. Tevin is mad, y'all. He mad. Tevin mad because he said that they are trying to enforce, they're trying to put a rehydration clause on him. And that is going to be the theme of the day. The word of the day is rehydration. Now, I guess they're trying to make him to ensure that he doesn't come over 10 pounds over the weight. And Tevin is pissed off about that. He feels as though that is putting him at a disadvantage. What do y'all
But you
thought?
know, but you know something. If he's at the rehydration clause, that means the pay will be too though. So what's wrong with fighting on IBF rules? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's IBF rules. Ain't that what IBF does? And Supreme Can, we not about to shout that crazy ass girl out. She has problems. And people in her family, I can't believe her family let her do that. That is mental instability. A
That's
thousand
not
people.
my homegirl. That's a nasty woman.
That is a very sick woman right there. I thought she was sick when she did that 100. But not even her being sick, the guys that participated are sick. Could you imagine 1,000 niggas standing there waiting? I would have called, like, my man said that, said he called the police and he said that's just fucking up the neighborhood. Like, that's a lot of nasty perverted men that want to go behind, like, you number 944, 945. Like, come on, man. That's a lot of people that don't get nothing, dog.
That's disgusting. Anyways, it ain't the IBF though. Well,
Well,
regardless of what it is, okay, Brian, that's wrong. Regardless of what it is, what do y'all think about that?
I
Upper?
think I think it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, you fighting at 135, Tevin, after you did your 2 years and came back like Earl said. I mean, you came back, you done came back with all this extra power. Like Tevin Campbell had, like I said Tevin Campbell, my bad. Tevin Farmer had a damn 6% knockout. Yeah, the sloppy hundreds and 200s, Rod Walker. Hell, anybody after number two, matter of fact, anybody that did it, because she broke the record at over 100. So anybody that would even do that is damn playing Russian roulette with their life. Actually, you playing Russian roulette with four bullets and a five shooter. You got one chance. It's a 5 shooter with 4 bullets in the chamber. Yeah, but you're fighting at 135. You done took a break. You had a 6% knockout percentage. Then when you came back, you in 5 fights, you done dropped everybody you fought. Where did this power come from, Tevin Farmer?
Here we go.
And then you
Conspiracy.
talking about, and then you're at 135. What's wrong with making the weight? Like why people can't fight at their own weight class? Are you trying to come in at 150 or something, Tevin Farmer? Like, one thing about it, I don't want to hear shit when people talk about rehydration clauses, because what's due on to one is due on to the other one. You feel what I'm saying? What's done on the one is done to the other. So if you have to rehydrate 10 pounds, that means the pay to do too. So wouldn't that still keep y'all on an even playing field? And plus, you can still rehydrate more after the next day weigh-in. Jerron Boost Ennis, he rehydrates 10 pounds and then he'll put on another 15 pounds before you go in the ring. So what's the problem? You said you wanted to be drug testing. So why can't we get drug testing and rehydration? I think that'd be the easiest way to make it fair all the way around. Mr. Tell it like it is, salute, King. DZ Sanchez, salute. I don't see what's wrong. I feel like if you got a rehydration clause and you got drug testing, that is the purest way to make the boxing the most purest it can be. Because you got two people fighting the way they're supposed to be. Clean fight and nobody weight bullying. Now it's a matter of skills instead of you trying to overwhelm somebody with size. So I agree with it. If you don't like it, Tevin, then shut the fuck up and go fight somebody else. Period. Because I see what you trying to do there. I see. JTM salute.
Now, do you got to bring the man's eyesight in
I
this
didn't
upper?
say
That's wrong.
I said I see what he trying to do.
My Lord, today. Anyways, um, next up with the rehydration, because it doesn't stop there. Kid Austin's Floyd Jr. and Floyd Sr. Kid Austin Sr. and Jr. came out. Shout out to, I think this was on Mill City. But they came out upper and said that Shakur put in for a rehydration clause as well. Now, the thing is with this rehydration clause, listen, with this rehydration clause, they would have to weigh in the morning of as well. That's what he said. Now, Shakur Stevenson has come out. He made a Instagram post saying that that's not true. You know, he's never asked for a rehydration clause. Now, remember, this is coming on the helms now. Afterwards, Kid Austin Jr. posted a picture upper of his car. His tires was on flat. Somebody slashed his tires. I'm sorry, that's not funny.
Yeah.
Somebody slashed his tires while at the gym. So Shakur Stevenson is saying that you're doing all of this basically because you know what's finna happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on in this ring and get your butt whooped like your daddy used to. That's what he's telling me. He also saying he's also shooting down the allegations that he ripped up his passport. Because it's a lot been going on with this fight. I guess Kid Austin Jr. passport was messed up. His tires is on flat. And he got a rehydration clause. Somebody call somebody to help this man.
You know something, Key? How you going to sit there and say, up? You know what's going to happen when you trying to put two weight clauses on this man? Now, that's a little excessive. Now, if you put the next day weigh in, okay, Shakur. And Shakur, you should be the last one to say as many times you done came in overweight. Now you scared of that boy. Actually, I'm thinking Shakur's scared. And salute to my man, LaMarcus Robinson in the building. And frequent flyer. You talking about they make sure they get tested, call Victor. Victor don't even do the testing, dude. Victor doesn't even do the testing. Victor's a middleman. So why don't we call you Sada or Wada? Vada is nothing but a middleman. And if you notice, they investigating Vada now because people taking samples. It's too many hands touching the pot. Y'all need to get off Victor Conte's job for real, bro. MK9, salute.
We gonna get
some
there.
Blessings. Shout out to my man GM in the building. Salute.
Hey GM, hey Marcus. Don't worry. Hey Mr. Tell It Like It Is. My boy Marquis up in here. Don't worry, we're gonna get to Devin because it's a rehydration clause on. That's why I said today's theme upper is rehydration. Now, Shakur said Floyd Sr. Excuse me. Right. So Floyd Sr. said that you said what upper?
I said frequent gonna holler about them trying to put a rehydration on Devin. Watch him. Watch, Keith. But go ahead and say what Floyd said.
So Floyd said that that they, you know what I'm saying, that basically they are, you know, that they're okay with it. Like, you know, but they just want to put it out there that it's a rehydration. I can't help but to call out the bias though. Because when it was revealed that Tank put a rehydration clause on Ryan, rightfully so, because we see how Ryan has played with the weight.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
when he did that, Shakur, everybody was making fun of Tank
Calling him
Davis,
scared,
saying, "Oh,
everything.
Tank is scared." Everything, right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, we hearing those same words with this fight for February 22nd. I
You
just,
know,
I'm just sitting back,
you know why though, Keith? The
what's
world
up?
sat back and seen Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. And they see what happens if you don't put a rehydration on a big puncher. And Shakur knows that Kid Austin can pop. So he ain't trying to let Kid Austin get too. And that's crazy coming from Shakur. Because if we've noticed, Keith, Shakur's always blowing up over his opponents. You know what I'm saying? He's always blowing up. So for Shakur to take the small route this time, that shows me that Shakur is worried about Kid Austin's power because remember, Shakur was damn about 15 pounds bigger than Valdez. Shakur was bigger than a whole bunch of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? But for him to sit there and want a rehydration on this one, that shows me that Shakur, this is probably the hardest hitting person Shakur been in the ring with, and Shakur's a little nervous. He trying to take some of that steam off that boy. That's what it is. This nigga scared.
Well, Shakur said it's not true. Shakur said it's not true. So who we believe in? Kid Austin Sr. and Jr. or Shakur
I
Stevens?
mean, it's easy to tell who's telling the truth. When they get there, and if it's a next day weigh-in, then that means she can't lie. And frequent, how do you say Devin at 147, no rehydration needed? Hell, when he fought at 140, he next day weigh-in was 165. So even if he is fighting at 170, 147, that means he can't get over 157. So that's still 8 pounds that he still has to not get. The hell you mean Devin ain't having no rehydration? The hell? It don't matter if he was fighting at 160, he still need a rehydration. Or 154. I feel like the rehydration clause should be honestly, I feel like the rehydration should be in every sanctioning body to make boxing a lot more fair. And people will start fighting in their weight classes, and it'll get alleviate a whole lot of this bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? It'll get rid of a whole lot of this bullshit. So I feel like
Absolutely.
I miss the days where people used to box in their right weight classes instead of trying to have a tactical advantage over somebody. Then you have people like what's the dude that beat Robisi name again?
Oshaki Foster.
Nah, the dude that beat Robisi Ramirez.
Oh, Robisi. What's his name?
Shaq can't beat Robisi.
Shoot Espinoza, right?
Yeah.
No.
Espinoza. If we start doing that, then Espinoza's 6'1" ass gonna come up from 126. You feel me?
I don't know why I was thinking about Conceição. I don't know why I thought about that. Hey,
Because
Mike.
Mike
Uh,
Rhythm salute, because Espinoza is 6'1", fighting at 126. So if people start fighting in their right weight class, then he'll start coming up to his weight class. You feel what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And if people complain about the 10 pounds, I say 15 at the max. But 10 pounds, frequent. How the hell would you say Tank belongs at 140, dumbass? Tank is a natural 126 pounder. That's how he can make 130 easy. When he came into the Frank Martin fight, he came into the camp at 127. Like, you just be talking. Frequent, do you think about the shit that you type?
Oh, come on, y'all. Anyway, so
before you type frequent, say what you about to say out loud. And think about what it sounds like before you type, my brother, please.
You guys. Anyway, so my question is, who is Kid Austin Sr. and Jr. sabotaging their own fight, or do they have somebody sabotaging them? Because first it was the passports, now it's slash tires. What's going on? What's going on? He took a picture of it and everything. His tires are on flat upper. I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
Salute.
No,
Frequent. You're a lie, frequent. You are a fucking there you go, lying frequently. If Tank has to cut weight to make 135 frequent, why was he 127 when he went into camp versus Frank Martin? Exactly, Supreme Cam. The nigga came into the camp at 127. He got a chance to build up to 135, and he didn't even make 135. He was 133. You don't hear about Devin coming under 2 pounds under the weight.
Lord have mercy. Here we go with y'all. Here we go. Now, speaking of Devin, speaking of Devin, it's a lot of developments. So it
Yes.
is. I saw the paperwork myself. I saw the paperwork myself. Haley Jackson, um, Ramasu, Salute King. They did put the lawsuit on hold. Now there was reports saying that it has been settled. It has not been settled. It's just on hold. Okay. Now there is a. I'm hearing that there could possibly be a 2 or 3 fight contract, but we could possibly be seeing a trilogy of Ryan versus Devin. So I guess they're trying to make this a Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder type situation, upper and chat. So let's get this going. So Ryan Garcia is scheduled to fight in May Teofimo Lopez. So they're both gonna have stay ready fights. That's a good fight. And then Devin Haney is allegedly supposed to be fighting Jose Ramirez. But they're both moving up to 147.
Ryan and Devin.
Ryan and Devin. Well, I guess I don't know. I guess him and Tio will be at 147 because Devin put up a post saying bye 140.
He will be stopped.
So he's not going to be at 140.
Ryan Garcia 147 is going to stop him. One thing I need to say. If Tank put up a picture, he's 139. When it's still 7 weeks away from the fight card, that's amazing, dude. If you listen to Leo say,
no, that's a lie. That's a lie. It was 138.3, and he's already, from my understanding, he's already at like 130, like 136.
Hold on, Key. I'm about to explain that anyway. But even if Tank was 140 right now, if you ever listen to Nonito Donaire or Rachel Donaire, they usually cut their last 10 pounds the week of the fight. Tank is 7 weeks out and he's 3 pounds away from weight. Dude, Devin could never. Like, dude, that's crazy as it. Like, dude, you don't understand weight. For him to be this close to weight with him, if Tank was 145 right now, he would still be way onto weight. Like, dude, people cut weight and they gain weight in the training camp when they're doing strength and conditioning. In the last few weeks, they cut that last little bit of weight. And the average fighter has to cut at least 10 pounds. This man is under 5 pounds to weight. No, it's not everything Tank do is amazing. It's just y'all hate on everything the man does. Like, damn, did he fuck y'all girls? Was he up in their guts? Or did she call you his name?
Oh,
did she call you his name by mistake? Like, damn, y'all two niggas, boy.
Ooh. No, Fresh Baker. I can confirm that Tank is 138. He's when I say he's 138.
Hey, Keith.
And yes.
Y'all can go back and look, right? Y'all can go back and look. Every fight Devin has been in, the week before the weigh-in, he's over 20 pounds over the weight. That man cuts all that weight at one time. Like, Tim Stout in the building, salute. Like, these niggas is worried about Tank being 3 pounds over. Like, Floyd usually be about 2 or 3 pounds over before the fight. Like, y'all crazy, dog.
The thing is, what I'm trying to get you guys to realize is that, hey, Fave, what I'm trying to get you guys to realize is that it's about conditioning. And it's easier for a fighter and people like Tank position. Heck, even Canelo, who else be around their weight class? Morel.
You know why? Do you know why?
But hold on, Upper. It's easier for them to, you know what I'm saying? They're only a few pounds away because they can just focus on strength and conditioning, putting together a game plan. Is not rigorous. They're not trying to cut down. But Lamont Roach is in good shape too, because Lamont Roach should have been at 135 a long time ago.
At 140. He used to fight at 140. But Key, this is what people that don't know shit about boxing, who just sit there and listen to people spin narratives, this is what they don't understand. But if they follow this podcast right here, they would know that me and Rachel Donaire have already talked about this. Like, when you're in training camp, when you spar, you can lose in a 15-round sparring, you can lose up to 6 pounds in one sparring match. Like, when a person comes, big Supreme salute, King, peace and blessings. Like, when a boxer fights, say like a boxer comes into the boxing match at 168. Before the fight's over with, he will be less than 163. Like, ain't no exercise strenuous is more strenuous than boxing. Like people lose pounds upon pounds in a sparring match. If you spar for 15 rounds, you can lose anywhere between 5 to 10 pounds. So Tank would still have to put nourishment and stuff back in his body because every time he spar, he's gonna go under the 135 weight pound. I mean, look it up. I mean, it's simple fucking damn body mathematics. Like you spar, you're gonna lose the weight. Me and Rachel explained that shit a few months ago. That's how they cut weight in sparring. Just do salute, King. Peace and blessings. That's why fighters will go into a camp a little heavier because every time, like I say, a fighter, whatever fighter comes into the ring in, he'll be less than that before the fight's over with. That's why fighters get weaker as the fight goes on because you're burning up calories. It's a very strenuous activity. You're burning up calories. You're burning that shit up like this. Your body is eating itself up. Teach salute. Like if they knew anything about boxing instead of just typing, they would have understood that. But go ahead, Key.
Absolutely. Hey, Big Supreme. Hey, Just Do. So make sure y'all like subscribe to our boy Just Do channel, man. Hey, Rollo. Hey, Teach. So let's get okay. So with more with this Devin card, right? Because this is I don't want to make it about Tank, but more with the Devin and Ryan Garcia's card. So it is being whispered. I heard a whisper that they are trying to ensure, which I don't know why they are putting this out now because there's a lot of time until October. They're thinking that they're going to put, I'm thinking that they're going to put them on an October card for Riyadh season, which I'm going to get to. It's like a ceremony show, but they're also going to have them allegedly on the May card, on a May card to where Ryan Garcia is on the undercard and Devin Haney, I guess to like compare them. I'm not sure of that, but I also heard a whisper that they want to, Team Haney wants to ensure that the weights, you know what I'm saying, like their weights are waiting. You know, we don't want another fiasco like they had in February 20th. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a rehydration clause put on that fight as
But you know
well.
something?
For their fight in October, allegedly.
Well, okay, and if they do that, Devin better make sure it's unilaterally too. He better make sure he adhere to the weight clause too, because that's their shit right there. I guess they feel like they can't beat Ryan at that, so you know. Yeah, Ramasu said I lose 3 to 7 pounds on heavy workouts. Facts. Exactly. So what you just said, Rollo, you just said what I just said. Basically, you just cemented what I said when you said that the last week they lose between 10 to 15 pounds. So if Tank is 140, which he's not, if he lose 10 to 15 pounds, how much would he weigh, Rollo? Infrequent?
Upper, upper. Give
No,
me
I'm
two
just saying. I'm
seconds.
just saying they be making themselves sound stupid. Then they sit there and agree with you like crazy. But yeah, Devin and Ryan, I don't think it's gonna be a trilogy. I don't think it's gonna be a trilogy. I think after the next fight it's gonna be one and done. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly, TD. You can lose 2 to 4 pounds in a regular day. Like weight loss is easy, though. Like that shit is not hard. You said you pulled your son from silver gloves because you felt like 6 pounds was too much for him to hold off for 4 days. Well, then your son's not fighting in the right weight class, then, Rollo. Stop making him be a weight bully. I fought in my weight class. I didn't have to lose weight. All I used to be is about 2 or 3 pounds over. And I can lose that in a couple hours. Go ahead, Dr. Key. I think you went out. I think you're on mute, Key. I can't hear you. I think you're on mute, Key. Oh, can y'all hear her? I can't hear her. Oh, I do too, Tim Stout. Dr. Key.
Yes, I'm sorry. I told you I had asked for a minute. Hey,
Oh, I didn't
Andy.
even hear you.
Oh, that's okay. So yes, so
That's stupid.
basically, okay, so Teach had a question. Teach said, will it be, they're saying that they might be on the same undercard, Teach. So they'll be fighting different people, but on the same undercard. Does that make sense? So I don't know how that will work out. I would assume that they'll put Devin
Of
first
course.
to see how
Of course.
I wouldn't.
Ryan's the star. You got to put Devin first.
I mean, like ahead of Ryan though.
Why don't you make him? Why don't you make him
Like
co-main?
have it like how they're doing February 22nd card. Like, okay, we got Baturviev and Bivol, and then Virgil and what's
What's
his
up?
name?
No.
And then yeah, and then Shakur Stevenson and whatchamacallit. If the reports are true that is Ryan versus no, I think Ryan versus Tio will be a bigger fight than Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, let Devin
I
fight
think it's a bigger
Ramirez
fight.
and give Ryan Tio. Tio's not about to fight Ryan Keith. Tio's scared ass is not about to fight no Ryan
You
Garcia.
see, he tagged it. He put no. I thought the same thing, but Tio put a handshake. He shared the picture of Ryan Garcia with Turkey and put the handshake on there.
Key, how
So
many times?
I'm thinking that it's
Key,
true.
he also told us he had a hit list with Bud and Boots and them on there. When you gonna, man? I don't believe shit Tiafimo say, man. Tiafimo.
That is true.
That nigga been lying and trolling, man. That nigga ain't trying. He gonna fight Ryan Garcia after he just went 2-0 with Steve Claggett. Yeah, all right. All right.
Somebody said Pitbull Cruz. Even if it is, I think that was frequent. Even if it is Pitbull Cruz, that's still a big fight. Ryan versus Pitbull. But that should be an American freaking card. I'm hoping that that's on a Canelo's main
Yeah,
card, which
you
will
can't
be
do
in the
that over
United
there,
States.
right?
That's
Rehydration.
a great card.
Hey, Oakland, you said you think Devin will win the second fight. The only reason I don't y'all talking about Devin beating Ryan Garcia. This is what y'all have to realize, TD and Oakland. That was a Ryan Garcia that was out of shape, who was taking a break in the fight. That man took a break in his fights. Now, y'all talking about Devin beating Ryan. Ryan come in that fight and he's in shape. Then he's getting smoked. And you talk about Tio is more accomplished. Rallo, if we want to be honest about it, we want to be honest about it, Tiafimo is 3-3 in his last 6 fights. He lost to Cambosas. He beat Pedro Campa. He got beat by Sandor Martin. He beat a weight drained Josh Taylor and got beat by Jermaine Ortiz and just went tooth and nail with motherfucking Steve Claggett. Nigga, shut up. GT Parker saluting King. And y'all think Devin gonna box? Okay, Oakland. Devin can box, but Ryan can box too. One thing you gotta realize, Oakland. Devin's got that jab. Ryan got something that counters the jab as a left hook. And Ryan Garcia was out of shape and he still put hands and feet on an in-shape Devin. Devin could be at his best. And Ryan will walk that man down and beat the shit out of Devin. Devin's not quick enough to fight. Devin's not quick enough to fight with Ryan. Ryan Garcia is just like Sugar Shane Mosley couldn't beat Vernon. Vernon was Sugar Shane's kryptonite. Just like Mayorga was Vernon's kryptonite. Like it's just some fighters that just can't get over that hump. Ryan Garcia is way faster. Speed kills. Speed kills. And if Devin get caught with that motherfucking heat, he's going down. Devin blinks. Ryan, see, Devin that's why Devin even told y'all he miscalculated Ryan's speed. You blink and you knock the fuck out. Y'all go back and look at Ryan Garcia versus what's that dude named Key that he knocked out? That dude he knocked out.
Which one?
The one where he blinked with the left hook and they had to slow it down on camera and everything. They couldn't see it. It was so damn fast.
You're talking about. I know who you're talking about. The let me ponder on it. He was Fortuna.
Yeah, Fortuna. And see, that's the thing. That's what makes Devin a disadvantage because Devin leads with that right hand. And when Devin leads with that right hand, that's his jab. Ryan Garcia's left hook is going to always be in place to counter over top of that. It's going to always counter over top of that. And I'm not going to say Devin doesn't have a chin, y'all, because he got back up 5 times. So, like I said, if Ryan Garcia is Ryan Garcia was literally holding beers. He was drunk. The motherfucker was out of shape. Now Ryan Garcia comes into that fight the same shape that he was when he fought Tank, when he was trying to walk Tank down, and Tank had to throw that punch with his life because Ryan was about to give Tank what for. Tank just got. If y'all go back and look at that Tank versus Ryan, Tank landed a split second before Ryan Garcia. Because if Tank didn't land that shit before Ryan Garcia, Tank would have felt that shit now. I'm just being honest. And Devin ain't gonna have the weight advantage over Ryan. Exactly, TD. Ryan Garcia is just that damn fast. It's not hate, Rallo. We just keeping it honest, bro. Like, it's not hate. Like, I seen my motherfucking boy Roy Jones. I seen that his speed got shut down, and I kept watching him take ass after ass after ass whipping. It hurt. But I was just like, damn, Roy just out of it. I seen Roy couldn't beat Tarver. Even though Tarver was on PEDs. We didn't know that then. But, you know, Tarver beat the shit out of my man. And I was like, Roy, don't fight him again, Roy. Roy got back in that ring. I said, shit, Roy. I was sitting there saying, hey, Keith, my dad was right there. We watched. I said, shit. That man's talking about, you got any excuses today, Roy? I said, it's about to be problems, Keith. I said, it's about to be problems, boy.
Yeah, that hurt. That was him. Was he shell shocked when he won every round following a knockdown? He did not win. What fight was you watching?
What fight was he watching?
Rollo, after 6, I had it 3-3. What fight were you watching, Rollo?
I told you,
I can't wait for us to have where we can watch these fights together on here so that I can see how y'all be grading. The only the people I know who know how to grade: Tim Stout, Brian, GM, Upper, Opulent know how to grade, because I be seeing y'all Windy City. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all know how to grade, you know what I'm saying, the rounds, like for the round.
The rest of it?
Rollo, you know, I'm not sure. I teach know how to score them. Rollo, I gotta watch a fight with you, King, because I had it after 7. I had it 3-3. I mean, after 6, I had it 3-3.
The nigga lying right now, Key, because we can go back to the clip when he came on for Nine's show. The nigga even came on after for Nine's show and said, man, Devin was just getting the shit beat out of him. He just couldn't keep it up. So now he's trying to flip it over. Like, nigga, you can't switch up what you said, Rollo. It's on the internet, baby. It's on the internet. You came up there, you kept telling us how Devin couldn't do shit. You just kept saying it. And how he went every round and he got dropped again, Rollo. You think you can't win the rounds you getting dropped? You can't win the rounds you getting dropped.
Every time Ryan opened up on Devin didn't know what to do. He had to clinch. Come on, Rollo. Don't do that.
It looked like the Tank sparring tape. Every time Tank decided to damn open up, it was on Devin's ass. I hate to say it.
I mean, definitely correct us if we're wrong, but I mean, all of us was in here heavy after the fight. And everybody, it was Big Supreme, J.A. Dixon, Brian, Rod, all of us, Upper, everybody had the same scorecard. After, like, it was not a wash at all by Devin. Nobody, I didn't hear none of my these folks up in here say that. Not even Teach. So if Dev gets the fight with Boots, will that fight be bigger than the Ryan fight? Devin is not gonna fight Boots.
That would be the stupidest shit in Devin's career to do right there. First off, you're not going to get as much money fighting Boots as he will with Ryan Garcia. Shout out to the beautiful queen Ashley Corner. Devin versus Ryan does at least 500,000 pay-per-views. I'm just being honest. Devin versus Ryan Part 2, that does at least 500,000 pay-per-views. Like Devin and Ryan, the first one did over 330,000. And it's fucked up because Bill Haney, salute the PGB Big Dog. Bill Haney dropped the ball. He really dropped the ball because, honestly, Busy salute, GT Parker salute. They made $26 million off of that fight. And Devin and Bill got shitted out of their money. And I really hate that shit too, though, because I hate seeing my brothers getting shitted out of their money. But that's what happens when you put Bill in that place. They should have got somebody to look at that contract. Antonio King, salute. Because they did 330,000 pay-per-views and they did a $4.8 million. Nah, you know they didn't fight in Saudi, GM. They fought in New York. And they did a $4.8 million gate. and they did 330,000 pay-per-views because Oscar even admitted it. 330,000 pay-per-views at $70. That's damn 24 million plus down 4.8. That's 28. Matter of fact, that's 28.8 million. And Devin and Bill got less than 3 million because Oscar shitted the man. Instead of them getting gross revenue, they got net profits. Bill Haney signed for 50% of net profits instead of getting 20% like Triple G did 20% of gross revenue. See, you don't never sign for profits because Oscar can make all these different expenses and he can say, well, I had to pay this, I had to pay this. They made over $28 million. The fight made over $28 million. And Devin and Bill got less than $3 million. So I'm with Bill and them like, nigga, you owe us some bread, but it's not what you make, it's what you sign for. And Bill, you put your John Hancock on that motherfucking paper. Brian King, they didn't break even, brother. Like Oscar even said they did 330 and they have 4.8.
Oh, 300,000.
Well, even 300,000, that's $21 million, Keith. Plus
Yeah,
a 4.
I don't think that it was a bad. I never said it was a bad fight.
No, what I'm saying is Bill, he fumbled the bag. He got net profits. He didn't get the revenue, Rod Walker. Instead of getting revenue, he got profits. So he was trying to break even with what they made at the end. That's why, exactly, Canelo and them all, man, hell, Oscar done shit at Canelo and Triple G. Why you think they left? Oscar is a crook. Oscar want the same shit that Bill want. They both want to go down motherfucking them Colorado mountains and ski. They both want to ski.
Oh my God. Really?
I'm just being honest in my opinion. So you think Oscar about to let a Mayate get some extra money? No. Oscar purpose, and people already said it. They said Oscar De La Hoya is shady in them contracts. Oscar will purposely put a whole bunch of legal jargon in there to F you out your money. That's why Oscar was so mad when Ryan Garcia said, the hell with this. He had a private lawyer and he made a deal with Tank and he got $40 million. If Oscar De La Hoya would have did that, Ryan would have got about $5 or $6 million and Oscar would have kept 35. That's why Oscar was so freaking mad. That's why Oscar said that fight ain't happening. But they went around Oscar De La Hoya and he got his 30% instead of getting what he was going to put on the fight and get. So he got 30% of 40 million, which is still 12 million. I mean, shit, that's still 12 million. Slogan one, salute, King, peace and blessings. And can I get 4 people to support the grind in the Cash App or the PayPal? Support the grind for the day. Appreciate it. Y'all keep the channel
Slogan.
going. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, Slogan. Okay. No, I was talking about, Teach has said something. I was talking about after the fight, it was a lot of y'all in here with everybody's scorecards. And I didn't see none of y'all say that Devin was washing Ryan before the knockdowns. I did not hear none of y'all say that. That's the point I'm trying to make.
That first knockdown, it reminded me, I hate to say it, but that shit looked like when Earl got hit the first time. Because Earl never recovered from that first knockdown that he had. After Earl got knocked down the first time, I was like, shit, that nigga look like he concussed. Because Bud caught Earl in the back of the head, right behind the ear. I said, Earl done. I seen him when he tried to rush Bud. I said, he done. His legs, and he looked like he was on skates. And that's the way Devin did. Devin tried to lean out the way. He tried to lean out the way when Ryan threw that left hook. But he miscalculated because that hook closed in too fast. If y'all go back and look, that hook closed in way too fast. Devin even admitted. He said, I misjudged the speed. And you can do that. And Ryan done got faster. And then y'all want to fight him at 147. He's already done gained the weight. So, hey, best thing is try to shrink that man instead of letting him go up and get more power. Especially when you're not a power puncher, like Devin's not a power puncher. So if you're not a power puncher, you're going up against a person with power punch, you might want to bring them, snatch their weight down. They got it from BNTV. Oh, yeah, Earl was in the sunken place, and that's my nigga, dog. But Earl couldn't recover from that shit. But if you're going against a nigga that hits hard, you might want to take their weight away from them because that'll take away their power. You don't give them extra weight. You just letting them add on weight behind the punch. Shit. Exactly, T.D.
Um, so he said, yeah, so hey Td. So hey Shawnee. When I seen the first knockdown and for the rest of the fight, my mind was blown. Never seen AJ react to punches like that. Yeah. But anyways, salute to the beautiful queen, Ashley's Corner. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to my girl's channel. Uh, go ahead, Upper. Did you have
Oh
anything to
no, I
say
was
with
trying to
that?
get it off. No, I was just saying that when people don't
So
realize, like, if y'all watch football, when a person gets a concussion in football, you see key they make them people sit out about 2 weeks. Am I right? If y'all notice a person get concussion protocol, you don't even get to play the next week. They take you out the game. They don't even let you play the next week. So you gotta understand when you get fucking concussed, a damn concussion, bro. Like boxers have to go in there and fight through a concussion. When football players get 2 weeks off, a boxer gets 10 seconds, well, 8 seconds, well, 8.5 seconds. They have to shake off a concussion and go back out there. That's why I say boxing is the loneliest sport. And the only person you can depend on is yourself. And you got to realize you get concussion, you still got to daggone go out there and damn handle your business. And shit, it's hard to fight through that shit.
okay, so absolutely. So what do you guys think about the potential fight with Jose Ramirez versus Devin? So Jose Ramirez, if you guys don't know, he is 29-2 with 18 KOs, but don't let the record fool
He's shot.
y'all. Uh
Jose Ramirez shot.
Jose Ramirez has he won against Rancis Bartholomew last year, but yeah, was that no, that was this year, but it was last year technically, but early 2024. But he did not. Rancis was putting hands and feet on him. I can't stunt. And then the last fight was Arnold Barboza. And we all, well, I know I saw it. That was the day where Tevin Farmer, well, no. Was that with the Tevin Farmer fight? I'm not sure. But he got beat on by Arnold Barboza. I don't think anybody gave him a chance. He is 32 years old. He's an Orthodox fighter out of Cali. Shout out to Cali. And my thoughts and prayers are still with you all. He came in, I think, I
You
got to
know
look
who
at the
else
weights
Francis
where he came
Bartholomew?
in.
You know who else Francis Bartholomew put hands and feet on? You hear me, kid?
Yes.
Antoine Russell.
Yes.
He would beat the shit out of
Yeah, I
Antoine
was about
Russell,
to
and then
say
they
that.
robbed him. That man wasn't. They called that shit knockout. That man was still good, man. They took that man. Bartholomew was beating on that man, and they knew that Bartholomew would have won on the cards. That's why as soon as Russell knocked him down, they hurry up and called that shit. They hurry up because they didn't want that shit to happen because Francis Bartholomew and what's my tall nigga that used to fight at 135, the black guy that used to be with Tank and them, Robert Easter. Bartholomew and Robert Easter has to be the boringest fight in the history of boxing. The history of boxing, right? Bartholomew versus Robert Easter was the boringest fight that I've ever seen in my life. Was the boringest fight I've ever seen in my life, and it wasn't a chess match. It wasn't no supremely divine skill. It was just two niggas that was in there fighting. One was scared, and the other was glad he was scared, and neither one wanted to press the issue. I hated that fight, but yeah, they know he don't sell, so they wasn't gonna let him
Well,
stop. They wasn't gonna let him beat Antoine Russell and fuck up the bag.
so I guess the question remains is okay, so that is regardless of who he fights, looks like he's going into the Golden Boy lineage to get the fights. I think Jose is with
Yeah,
Golden
Jose
Boy.
shot me.
I think that's the
No, I
go
said
ahead,
Jose
Upper.
shot. He ain't been the same after Josh Taylor put hands and feet on him. Like Jose, Devin gonna beat the shit out of Jose. Like Devin, exactly, Ashley. Devin's about to beat the shit out of Jose Ramirez. Like Jose Ramirez, that's why Jose Ramirez was scared to fight Regis. And we seen what Devin did to Regis. Jose was scared of Regis. Like Devin's gonna look like a super. Well, you know what? That's gonna be a good build up for the Devin. I mean Devin versus Ryan too. Give Ryan, especially if Ryan can fight the other four king, Tio. If Ryan fights Tio and Devin fights Ramirez, Or if Devin fights Barbosa, I mean not Barbosa, Barrios, and if he can pull that off, Devin and Ryan will eclipse 600,000 because Ryan Garcia, hate it or love it, he has his fan base, and Devin he gonna bring his 20,000 followers too. So you add Ryan Garcia's fan base plus Devin's 20,000 fans, you get a successful fight. Because I don't think Devin got more than 20,000 fans, but you know, we'll see.
So hey, to James Marshall and DZ400, salute Kings. Um, so here's how I feel about it. Hey, Big Dog. Hey, Ock Busy. Hey, Mystery Machine. I haven't seen you here, so salute to all the newcomers. Thank you guys for coming in. So here's how I feel about the whole situation. I would have loved that too with Jermaine Ortiz, but y'all got to remember Jermaine Ortiz is compromised because he was in the Bill Haney's gym getting ready for TO. And Bill Haney was there at that fight with T.O. and Jermaine Ortiz. So he's
And Jermaine put
compromised.
more heat on
The
T.O. out there.
Ramirez.
Jermaine, and that's one thing I can say. That's what key. That's exactly why I said Devin Haney would beat the shit out of Teofimo Lopez. That's why I said Devin Haney would beat the shit out of T.O. because Devin Haney is more skilled than Jermaine Ortiz. I mean, people say what they want. I'm just being objective. If Devin Haney and Jermaine Ortiz was a fight, I would take the odds that they gave Devin versus Ryan. I would have Ortiz of a damn 5-1 underdog versus Devin. And Jermaine Ortiz is a good fighter. It's just that he does everything good. He doesn't do nothing great. And see, honestly, if you fight Devin, hey, Mr. Machine, I hope you're doing great, man. You know, all praise to the Most High, bro. I hope the chemotherapy go great, bro. But honestly, if you don't do something great, you're not gonna beat Devin. Like you're not gonna beat Devin. You have to do something great. And see, Jermaine Ortiz does everything good. And see, the problem with doing everything good, Devin does everything good. And he does it on a higher level than Jermaine Ortiz. Plus, he has a better jab than Ortiz. He has better positioning. He has better spacing. Like, he can keep the distance better. And I feel like Devin would outbox Ortiz. So, you know, Devin will outbox Ortiz and it'll be different. But for Ortiz to take what Bill and them taught and go whoop on T.O., then shit, Devin would destroy T.O. And I've said that. Like I said, T.O. went tooth and nail with Steve Leggett. Jermaine Ortiz beat him. Sandor Martin beat him. Damn, you lost to George fucking Kambosos. Like, I don't think Tank coming out of wheel. I think Tank could beat Kambosos in a wheelchair. Devin beat that man with one hand on the first fight. He beat that nigga with a jab. The first fight was straight jabbed. Like, come on now. Like, T.O. is not a good fighter, dog. I think T.O. is opportunistic. Like I said, Josh Taylor hasn't been the same since the Regis Prograis fight. Jack Catterall whooped on Josh. Josh should have been moved up to 147. The man is 6 feet at 140. The man is older. And like I said, Catterall should have been undisputed because he beat on Josh Taylor. And T.O. seen that shit, and he seen Josh Taylor was sluggish. That's why T.O., he got in there and beat him. He beat him.
Okay,
That's
so
why
can I?
that's why I said Rollo, Ortiz doesn't have no tricks in his bag, so Devin does everything better than Ortiz. And like I said, can I get 4 people to support the grind? Cash App or PayPal. Let me get 4 people to support. I appreciate everybody. Support the grind. Go ahead, Keith.
Okay, so let me say this. So I think it's a good touch comeback fight for Devin. I don't like the fact that Jose Ramirez is coming off of a loss, and it was an embarrassing loss because um, pretty much Barboza schooled Ramirez for 12 rounds. I knew it wasn't going to be a KO, but he had him there a few times. So I don't like that. I'm not even gonna lie about that. I would have been more happy if Devin would have fought Oscar Duarte. He's coming off of a win now, given Duarte win was tooth and nail as well. Because that whole fight card, Golden Boy fighters didn't really do well with Zepeda getting knocked down once or twice by Tevin. Barboza, I think, was the only one that did well. But Duarte kind of, you know what I'm saying, was on shaky grounds a little bit. He didn't get the KO that he wanted. But he had called out Devin after that fight, if you guys recall.
Who
So
did?
I would have preferred them two to fight than Duarte versus Regis Prograis. I don't know how they came up with that fight.
I don't
I'm
know either.
still
That's Regis. That's
I'm
Regis
still
farewell fight, Keith.
yeah, I'm still trying to figure out like why is Regis still fighting? I'm very concerned for his well-being right now. Hey Aunt McQueen.
You
Now
know,
there is
Keith,
whispers.
shout
Go
out
go
to
ahead,
Ant
Amber.
McQueen in the building. I would like to see Devin versus Barbosa. Honestly, I would like to see what Devin would do against a front foot dominant Mexican that throw a lot of punches. Like I would like to see Barbosa versus Devin. I would, Barbosa ain't no huge puncher, but he keep that heat on Devin. So I feel like if Devin has to have all these punches coming at him here to make him think, it'll help his reaction time. It'll help his reaction time because Barbosa throw a lot of punches. I think Devin could beat Barbosa, but I think it'd be tooth and nail. I would have loved to see that shit right there. Devin versus Barbosa before the Ryan Garcia fight. Like Barbosa can help him get his reflexes up. Honestly, Devin versus Barbosa would be a great fight. The same
But
guy that Teofimo begged not to fight. Teofimo begged Barbosa not to fight. And yes, Matias destroyed Keys boy, Dadashev on
no,
Teo's
that's not my
card. Huh?
Dadashev wasn't my boy.
I mean not Dadashev. What's the boy? The S guy.
Yeah, he destroyed him, and then but yeah, he did. Matias did unalive that person. I forgot that was on a TO
Yeah,
card. Okay.
he killed that dude on Teo's card.
If Haney can't beat Ramirez, he's finished. He's gonna beat the brakes off of Ramirez.
No,
That's my prediction. If
Ramirez
that's true, if that comes into fruition, I got Devin destroying Jose Ramirez. Ramirez, did y'all see the Barboza fight? Barboza just
something key.
and not to mention he's been through some wars. He looked sluggish. His feet wasn't there. He was Barboza was given a gift against McCumbee, not against Barboza. I
Not
mean,
against
not
Barbosa. He put hands and feet. But I would think,
even,
honestly, I think Devin would come off of his knockout streak if he fought Ramirez right now. I think that they would stop that fight. I think that Barbosa could have stopped that man. I think Devin would be able to stop him because Ramirez just ain't got it no more. And exactly when this city, I've never seen Devin. The only pressure fighter I've seen Devin fight is Ryan. And we seen Loma put pressure on him, and you see what happened.
y'all don't think, oh GM, come on, y'all don't think that he beat the brakes off of Regis? I think Devin did beat the brakes off of Regis now.
Oh yeah, he beat the shit out of Regis.
I think that one. But so yeah, let's see what these cards are about to bring with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. It's a good thing that, you know what I'm saying, their names are being mentioned, that Devin returned and everything. People are going to want to see, we can't lie about this. They're going to want to see how Devin looks in whatever fight, you know what I'm saying, whatever avenue they choose to go. As far as him leaving 140, let's talk about it. Some people are split. Some people are like, yeah, it's time for him to go to 147. It's been time. Some people feel as though he go to 147, he's about to get stopped viciously. What say you
Who Devin?
guys? Yeah.
Actually, honestly, and I'm gonna be honest, I think Devin can beat Barrios. Honestly, because I was sitting back looking at Barrios' fight. Yeah, he beat Ugas, right? But if Devin's at 147, he'll be at a bigger weight. And then I keep going back to that Keith Thurman fight. You feel me? NH2, salute King. I go back and look at Devin. I go back and look at Mario Barrios versus Keith Thurman. And Devin got some of the attributes that Keith Thurman got, except for the power. And you remember Keith Thurman was boxing Barrios, and Barrios really couldn't do shit about it. So, and Barrios ain't no big time banger. You know what I'm saying? Barrios is a 147 Arnold Barbosa. It's like Barrios is not coming with that heat. Well, he ain't coming with that power, but he's coming with a lot of shots. Like he's a pressure fighter, just like Barbosa is. Mario Barrios coming with a lot of shots, but he's not coming with that knockout power. And I feel Andy Gill, Jeff R. Salute King. We can't really say Devin ain't got power. I mean, he ain't got that knockout power, but he has accumulation power because, I mean, he did make Regis look like a motherfucking damn. I mean, he was accumulating the punches on him. Like anybody, if you keep hitting somebody in the same spot, you can sit there and hit yourself on the same spot. Eventually, that shit hurts. And if you pinpoint accurate with it, it's gonna hurt. And Devin, he did get knocked out of the year one time, so we can't say that. But I feel like Devin fared good against Barrios. I don't know about Stanionis because Stanionis got a different type of style, that European style. Yeah, Ramos almost. Yeah, but that's what I said. Phenomenal salute, King. Peace and blessings. Like I think Devin will do good against Barrios. I think he'll just be able to keep the distance. Barrios, his feet get tangled up, so I feel like I think he'll beat Barrios. Like I said, Devin will beat Barrios. I think he'll beat Barrios. I don't think he beats Norman Jr. because Norman Jr. has that wow factor. He definitely ain't beating Boots, and it'll be dumb for him to fight Boots because why would you fight Jerron Ennis when you have Ryan Garcia? Like you're gonna fuck up your bag. Shout out to the beautiful Queen 2 Cent. If you're not subscribed to 2 Cent, she's gonna drop her link. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to her. Like if you can't sit there, like Boots is a whole different ball game, and it's not a big enough check. Why fuck up your bag with Ryan Garcia? Because people can say what they want. Devin don't sell, okay. But if Devin would have rematched Lomachenko, that shit would have sold. That shit would have sold. Like Devin and Lomachenko did 150,000. Everybody wanted to rematch. That shit would have did at least 250. Devin and Ryan did 300K. They rematch. I guarantee it goes over 500K. I guarantee it because it's controversy. Everybody wants it. And if Devin is fighting that, I'd rather see Ryan Garcia fight Conor Benn at 147. While Devin's fighting him, Ryan should fight Conor Benn. Since Conor Benn wanted to put hands on shit, let's do it like that. Because I got Ryan stopping Conor Benn. And shout out to my guy, Mystery Machine, in the Cash App with the $5 holler, man. Appreciate you, King. Thank you for supporting the grind. And I just need 3 more people to support the grind for the day. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel. Y'all keep it going. Because without y'all, the channel don't go because we demonetized over here. But yeah, Conor Benn.
Can I say
Oh, yeah,
something? Go ahead. No, go ahead, Upper. Go ahead and finish.
Go ahead. This is a back and forth conversation. Go.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead, because you said that Conor Benn was.
I said Conor Benn, like it's like Conor Benn hates fighting people outside his link. But for Conor Benn to do that disrespectful shit to go viral, I would love to see Conor get his ass in the ring with Ryan Garcia because I know Conor Benn gets stopped because we just watched Conor Benn without them scrambled eggs. And he just went tooth and nail. Remember, he just went tooth and nail. And like I said, I want to see Ryan get his ass knocked the fuck out, honestly. Because he said a lot of shit that I can't let go. But I have to acknowledge the man's skill. The man is a skilled fighter. Like I said, at 140, I don't see nobody beating Ryan Garcia. At 147, I would like to see Ryan versus Brian Norman Jr. I think the only person at 147 that beats Ryan is Boots, honestly. And Devin does need to get he needs to get a pressure fighter on him before he fights Ryan again. Preferably one with speed. And that's why I said if Devin's next fight should be either Mario Barrios or Barbosa. Somebody that's going to press the gas.
Well, I think that the Conor Benn fight.
No, I was asking Ramos. Well, go ahead, Key. I'm just tight.
So as far as Conor Benn go, I don't think we'll ever get that fight because it has been revealed that Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks will have a trilogy. They're gonna do 2 fights. So the first one and the second one as a rematch if it's a need be. So that will possibly be at the end of 2025 on the October or December card. Yeah, we just talked about that 2 cents. Make sure you guys subscribe to 2 cents channel. Shout out to that queen. Garcia can't make 40. No, he can't. He said he couldn't, so I'm going off of what
Yeah,
his
no, he
words
can't make it.
is. So here's what I think about the whole situation with Devin moving up as far as the competition go. I won't be surprised if this year or next year is Devin's last year. I by them wanting to make this a two-part, with the first fight in October and then the second fight early in 2026, probably like a February card. Um, I wouldn't if Devin, if it's a close fight for the first one, if Devin don't get stopped by Ryan in October, um, and they do the part two, I wouldn't be surprised if Devin hangs it up. Probably have like another fight, maybe go after a title, and then call it one to be a 3 division champ, one time undisputed. For the simple fact that that was a lot that he went through, and I don't know. I think that fight, that's gonna be him and Ryan. I see a lot of blood in that fight, man. I see a lot of there's gonna be a lot of leather flying in that fight. I don't see him. I don't see him going, you know what I'm saying, all the way like that. Not getting a two. Now I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I seen a sparring of Ryan dropping Blair Cobb. Then I seen a sparring of Blair Cobb, little boy and Devin. I'm not the one for triangle theories, but that style and skills were apparently different. I mean, let's see what they bring. Hey, NHA2. I wasn't able to say hi to you or Kawhi. Salute Kings. Um, sparring is sparring though. My Chicago brother, it is sparring. But let's see. Let's see how thank you, DC. Let's see how Devin look, because one thing that we can't ignore, of course, I'm gonna always hype this up because he's one of our Chicago heroes. That's Nate Jones. He is getting trained by Nate Jones. I would never come up on here and tell y'all that Nate Jones is not a good trainer. He should be in the freaking Hall of Fame, in my opinion. The way that he got Floyd ready back in the day, okay, it's insane how he was able to do it. So he's in good hands. I just wish, like I continue to say, that Devin would have got that training. It would have been consistent. I just wish that Bill wouldn't have pulled him up out of the what was that, like 6 years ago. He should have stayed in that camp, because we wouldn't even be having these conversations. He's fixing things that he should know. Ryan owns Devin mentally, emotionally, and physically. Let's see. Nate Jones is a drunk. I resent that, sir. I resent that. You tell me the perfect person, show me that perfect person, and I'll put him up there. What I do know is that Nate Jones' gym is always jumping, and he has the accolades behind his name. So whatever, if he was getting drunk with Floyd Mayweather, with them big fights that he was in with Floyd, if he was getting drunk, well, damn it, give me a drunken master like that on my team. For real. Norman dug Boots, and that would have been the biggest fight. They're still gonna fight. Norman is fighting in March, I believe, with the Quavos guy. And then I'm hearing, the unification with Boots. I think they're exploring with Stanley Jonas, and they should be meeting in the fall. We'll definitely see about that. Since Eddie Hearn is with Saudi now, we'll definitely see about Boots being on the card. I just pray that it is a separate card in the United States. Boots, that fight right there does not need to be on in Saudi Arabia. Let's make that an American fight, because that would go crazy. Brian Norman Jr. and Boots in Philly or Georgia. Think about it, because Norman lives in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. Think about it. That's a huge fight. I'm not going to lie, but 2 Cents had I'm just saying, no disrespect. Okay, 2 Cents, he said your voice sexy, girl. Period. Period. Shout out to that beautiful queen. But let's keep this show moving, because we got a lot more to talk about outside of Devin. As we get closer, I'm sure that they're going to let us know where Devin is going to be, where Ryan is going to be as far as these fights. We do know that they do have a fight that they are going to meet in October of this year. Let's see how this goes. They both have to win, and win big. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan have a bad showcase his next fight. Like, it'd be all right mid, just so that he could throw Devin them off. I wouldn't be surprised, because you never know what to expect for Ryan when it comes up to
Hey,
the build up to these
hey,
fights.
Kawhi, I would
Yes.
definitely take that bet right there. Hey, Ramasu, you gonna have to send it on PayPal or something, bro, because your Cash App is saying that your Cash App is blocked. So my PayPal at the bottom if you want to, bro. But this says your Cash App is blocked. I don't know what it is. My shit be
Um,
doing that too, where I can't send nothing to people right now. Like I thought, you send a certain amount, they block that shit. I don't know what it is.
he said y'all getting Ryan Chin the suspect. I
How you
mean,
gonna say Ryan Chin is suspect and he took a full on blast from Tank and got right the hell back up? He took a shot from.
he should have took a knee
He
for
took
a
a full
moment.
shot from not Lee Selby, the dude, the damn Olympian, got right back up. Hell, you can't say a person got a suspect chin if they get right back up. Sometimes you get flash knockdown. Look at David Benavidez. Ronald Reveal hit him with a flash knockdown.
So he said Norman ain't cracking. Plus Ryan gets up and finishes. The only fight he gave up on was Tank. I wouldn't say that he gave up on Tank. Well, I just think he knew that he didn't have the them that feet placement. I just think people are so focused on Tank's power, which rightfully so, but go and look at these videos that Tank has been posting. Look at that man's feet, bro. Like, oh my
Tank got
God.
fast feet. He's
Oh my
explosive.
God.
He's very explosive. That
So
that's
speaking
what
of,
makes him
oh,
so
go ahead.
good though, Key, because he's so damn explosive. Like Tank, he's athletic. And you know another thing, Tank got small arms, and so he's able to fully extend his shot like so fucking quick, like dish. Salute to the beautiful Savage Killer Queen in the building. Like he's able to do that so quickly, like boom, like that shit crazy.
Yep, we talked about that, Queen, about Tio and Ryan. Supposed to be happening in May. I wouldn't be surprised since Tio has signed with Canelo. I wouldn't be surprised if that's on Canelo's undercard. But I'm hearing that they want to put Devin on that undercard too. So let's see. Everything is in the air. You feel me? Them dudes know they're not beating Tank. Well, let's see. I want to see all these fights. But speaking of a beating, Eddie Hearn has revealed, and Turkey has revealed that now all of a sudden that Fury has retired, they are now exploring 3 options for AJ. And that is Dillian White, Martin Bacoli, and Deontay Wilder. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? Because I have a lot to say. Is this feet? Yeah, Shane. Hey, Shane. I forgot to say hello to you, King. Salute, King. Good to see you. How do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about AJ fighting either Deontay Wilder, Martin Bacoli, or Dillian White? Hey, Crush. Um, what do y'all think about that? I am appalled. I'm very pissed off, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now we've been wanting. Now let me just say this. Let me clear it up. We've been wanting the AJ versus Wilder fight. I know, Crush, but we've been wanting that, and they both coming off knockout losses. Now it's an even playing field. We can't say it's not. Okay, Wilder turned around and said, and was talking to somebody and came back, and Zhang said, "Bink," and knocked him silly.
The nigga blood.
And AJ, you feel me? I don't know AJ, huh?
No, AJ got what I've been saying. Like people forget that AJ got. Y'all gotta realize that AJ got beat by that nigga in sparring. That's with 16 ounces in headgear. Like he got beat. He beat the nigga with 16 ounces in headgear. That's why I say people don't understand. Like you get beat with 16 ounces in headgear, you gonna get in that ring. And I think don't heavyweights use like 10 or 12 ounces. What size gloves do the heavyweight use? I can't remember. Is it 10 or 12 ounces? I know it ain't the 8 ounces that. I know it ain't the 12 ounces. I know it ain't the 8 ounces because they'll kill each other with 8 ounce gloves. But yeah, like he got stopped with headgear, Key. So what the hell you thought was gonna happen without the headgear? See, people don't realize, but sparring people are good in sparring because their head is protected. So the only thing they really gotta protect is their body. Like you got a cushion on your head, so you gotta just protect your body. Oh, 10 ounces, okay, Windy City.
I think that well, if we were to get that fight, they better make something soon because as we all know, Wilder is coming back on BLK Prime in April. with old boy who walked out the ring. I'm sorry, that I seen a video of that the other day, and that still tickled me. At this point, AJ retired so he could stop making an embarrassment. I was like, y'all think AJ that bad? Lord, y'all don't like boxing. Y'all don't like boxing for real. I don't want to see Wilder no more. What NHA? Oh, come on, y'all. One more time about an African. Oh my goodness, GT. Y'all just being brutal today. Y'all just being brutal today. Y'all don't like boxing for real because okay, look. We cannot deny what Wilder has brought to the sport. Now, has Wilder been slipping these past few fights? Absolutely. But that trilogy with him and Fury, I feel as though took a lot up out of both of those fighters. Okay, if we really want to compare it, took a lot out of both of them. But you know, Wilder, he said his arm was broke. He is no longer injured. He came off of my injury list. So he's supposed to be fighting in April on BLK Prime. And AJ, we know that AJ, Eddie Hearn is trying to move AJ up in the rankings to get a belt. You know what I'm saying? He's not done with AJ yet. And AJ said he's not done. Ryan gonna fight Pitbull. Regardless if he was to fight Tio or Pitbull, those are still great fights, Kawhi. I like both of them. To be honest with you, I like both of those fights. And it's a shame. I pray to God that fight is in America. Because think about Pitbull fans, Ryan. Oh my God, that's gonna be a big card.
Man, Pitbull versus Ryan, that thing gonna get stopped.
Slipping is putting it mildly. I'm just saying, y'all, come on, think about it. Wilder versus AJ. We've been wanting it. They both coming off of embarrassing knockouts, right? Okay. I want to see that. But okay, would y'all rather AJ versus Dillian White? Talk about it. You know, y'all know Upper can't stand Dillian White. Would
Fuck
y'all
no.
rather Martin Bacoli? Tell me y'all options. Hey, Thrill Hill. I hope
I would
everything is
love to
going.
see Dillian White go up against Martin Bacoli. Get the shit beat out of him. I don't honestly at this point I don't even think AJ can beat Dillian White right now. Like AJ has been getting popped. He's been getting busted up. Thrill Hill salute, King. Peace and blessings.
He said, I F with AJ, but Wilder and AJ, I don't want to see a Wilder will lose to AJ. I feel it. You know what? They
I
both want
think
to
he
get back
might.
in the.
I think he might lose too.
To AJ?
Man, Wilder don't look the same. Key.
His arm was broke.
Key, stop. Key, stop.
His arm was broke. It was in a sling, Upper. We can't do that
It
to
wasn't in
Wilder.
the it wasn't in the sling before he got in there versus Big Bang Zane.
He said he didn't know it was broke, Upper. He said he didn't know his
Key,
arm was broke. I'm not
you
gonna
can't
let
throw
y'all.
a punch.
I'm not gonna let y'all do this to Wilder now. Come on,
Key,
it's
Key, how
Wilder.
you throwing a punch? Shalom to the beautiful Queen Raina in the building. How you throwing a punch with a broke arm? Come on, Key. You're
Upper,
not
his
going to be able
arm
to throw
was
a punch.
broke.
Okay, Key, you're not throwing a punch with a broken arm. That's like saying you want to.
Adrenaline. It's adrenaline. They
I
get
don't
the.
give a
You
fuck how
feel
much
me?
adrenaline. Key, I've had a damn a torn damn rotator cuff, and I couldn't lift my arm past a certain point. And you talking about a broken damn arm? No, no. That's like saying a nigga gonna walk on a broken leg. It's not happening.
Oh my goodness,
Now I've
Upper.
seen boxers fight with a broken hand because once the adrenaline come, you won't feel it. But you're not gonna damn lift your damn arm up. No, Key, stop. We're not gonna do that.
I'm excited to see Wilder. I think Wilder, he's you know what I'm saying? I think Wilder, if he get in a new trainer, he could
We
be
got a new trainer.
ready,
That
y'all.
dude broke his motherfucking. He clipped Wilder's teeth, man. I hate it. How you gonna let the dude that you whooped on train you, dog? That was the worst thing Wilder could have done, dog. Like, oh, he made Wilder into like he turned Wilder into something that Wilder shouldn't have been. Wilder was a motherfucker. Come forward, put hands and feet, knock your ass out, turn around, roar. He turned Wilder from a lion to a kitten. We would never see Wilder turn around, getting spun around like that. Motherfuckers wasn't even afraid of Wilder no more. Joseph Parker wouldn't. I remember when Wilder tried to unify with Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker was like, hell no. They tried to give Joseph Parker his biggest payday for the IBF, his biggest payday. Joseph Parker said no and fought and got beat by Anthony Joshua. They offered Joseph Parker a little payday to get into him. With this time, he got in there and beat on Wilder. Man, Wilder had that motherfucker feeling like Drake. Top slipped off. I'm like, damn, where my roof just go? Like shit, he thought he was on a 24-hour champagne diet, spilling while he's sipping. He encouraged us to try it. You feel me? TM salute. Like I said, he's losing his thoughts like, damn, where his top just go? Like, that shit was crazy, dog.
Hey TM, I mean, I feel like I'm not ready to give up on Wilder yet.
Like,
I'm
I
not,
hate to
as y'all
see,
could
and
see.
then I hate to see, it's like all our stars. Like, I really hated to see Mike Tyson get done by Jake Paul. Like Jake Paul, bro. Like, Jake Paul has one of our legends on his fucking resume. Jake Paul, who could not beat a top 30 fighter, has Mike Tyson on his resume as a real fight when they didn't even use real gloves. Like, they used 2-pound gloves. Like, Roy Jones getting beat by some of the trash that he got beat at the end of his career. Like, our greats getting beat on by these people that don't even deserve to breathe in the same airspace as them, dog. I get tired of that shit. And it always start to happen to our people, bro. That shit be damn, bro. That shit pisses me off, man. And like, Wilder need to sit the fuck down. Like, he done let Big Bang Zane add him as a notch under his belt. Like, the old Wilder would have put Zane on his damn back. Would have put him on his back. Now he's just a motherfucking damn notch on people's belt. Oh, you talking about Wilder that had 40 knockouts? Oh, man, I had that nigga looking around and everything. Like, come on, bro. Have some pride.
I just can't believe it. I just can't believe that you guys are turning on Wilder like this. So sad. This is a sad day in boxing. You guys don't like boxing. Well, he said that he's returning Big Supreme and Hey Hen Dog, and he said that and they're trying to make AJ versus Wilder. So y'all deal with it, and I'm gonna be repping Wilder. Hey K Kazi, regardless. Okay,
Lessons.
like y'all mean. You guys are mean. Y'all are mean. Jake has been excellent for women boxing. Absolutely, he has. Joseph had 4 fights while Wilder only had 1 fight because no one wanted to fight him. Yeah, and then he got in there with Zhang, and
He didn't like he wanted to fight Zane.
but his arm was broke. I'm sticking to what Wilder said. Wilder said his arm was broke. Damn it, his arm was broke. That's what I'm
You're
sticking
not
to.
gonna let you keep doing that shit.
He said his arm was broke. It was in a sling upper. That's what I'm believing with my boy now. I'm believing it. I'm believing it. You would tell him to sit down. Oh, come on, y'all. No, I don't want to see AJ. Wait, first of all, y'all putting a lot of hope in AJ when AJ just got knocked out. Okay, like knocked out. Okay, like come on, y'all. Both of them, I think that it's a good even playing field. Dillian White, no. Martin, but Lord Jesus, can you imagine Martin Bacoli versus Deontay Wilder upper or AJ? Oh
Well,
God.
that's all Wilder needs. Or AJ. Then they both can sit the fuck down because he's gonna put their ass out the pasture. Like,
Okay.
man, Deontay Wilder and AJ need to go ahead and do what Amir Khan and Kell Brook just did. Like, go ahead and send each other off with the fight that we've been wanting, but they wait till they both pass their fucking primes and the fight don't mean shit and then just give it to us now. Because Amir Khan and Kell Brook could have fought a long time ago and it would have been good. But now, like, we had AJ and Wilder could have fought for undisputed, dog. Like, that was the biggest fight, one of the biggest fights in boxing. That would have did well over 1 million pay-per-views. AJ versus Wilder, both undefeated juggernauts. Eddie Hearn said get $40 million. Al Heyman said bet. Then Eddie talk about, I didn't say that. You lying ass devil. Yes, you did. But it's all good. Like, we missed out on the biggest fight in boxing, just like we missed out on Uriekis Gamboa and Wamba. I wanted that fight so bad and it just got destroyed. It waited too long. Like, we be missing out on the great fights. Like I would have loved to see Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao at 135. Pacquiao gets stopped at 135. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. At 135, if they would have fought back then, Floyd would have stopped that nigga and put him out of boxing. Because because Pretty Boy wasn't playing them shits. Pretty Boy wasn't playing. It's like we get the best fights at the worst times. Like we're not. That's why I'm so glad about this Benavidez and Murillo. We're getting them both in their fucking prime, on the cusp of greatness, and the winner will be the next heir to the throne right now. And I love this shit, dog. I got Murillo and Benavidez being a tough ass fight, a great top tier. But I just got Murillo pulling it out. I got Murillo by stoppage. Like I feel like he's gonna catch Benavidez with something he ain't seen. He gonna hit him with the boom boom pow, and I think he gonna dust that nigga off, and he gonna dust the rocks off that nigga like an archaeologist now. ATM Wilder would have knocked AJ the fuck out back then. You see how Klitschko put AJ on his ass? Klitschko had AJ looking around like, what the fuck? Hell, Andy Ruiz whooped AJ. Like, you rather get your ass whooped by Andy Ruiz instead of Wilder?
Hold on. Are you guys trying to whoa? Are you guys trying to say that Wilder is a gatekeeper now? Is that what I'm hearing?
He's not even a damn gatekeeper. If you putting him at the guard, if you putting Wilder to guard the gate, we all in trouble because they done kick that shit in. Hell, Big Bang kicked that shit in. He would have did that nigga worse than he did Diego. But like I said, I just need 3 more people to support. Oh, never mind. I need 1 more person to support the grind. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Altruistic, in the Cash App with the $20 make him say holla. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Tell It Like It Is, with the $2 holla in the Cash App. Appreciate y'all, family. I just need 1 more person to support the motherfucking grind, baby. Just 1 more person to support the grind, and we good for the day. This good ass boxing. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to 2 Cent Boxing. And y'all subscribe to Just Do Boxing as well, man. Keep this shit going. You know, not only is this a damn sport.
And Ashley's Corner.
Oh, and the beautiful Ashley Corner. Because this is a family right here. Like, we keep this shit going. You know, this is people that love boxing and ain't trying to have those narratives passed off. And like I said, a lot of people say I don't like Devin Haney. But they stupid because I like boxing. And I think Devin Haney is just a good boxer. But one thing I can't do, I can't fucking lie. And like I said, I know what Devin's lacks are and what he excels at. And I'm just telling you now, Ryan Garcia is just a bad matchup. That's a bad fucking matchup. I mean, it's no way around it. Just like Holyfield was a bad matchup for Tyson. My dad was telling me all this time that Holyfield would beat Mike Tyson. And I said, nope, Tyson is the motherfucking man. He gonna beat him. And my dad said from cruiserweight, he was saying Holyfield was that nigga. And when they got him, when he beat up on Buster Douglas, I said, well, Dad, you know, Mike Tyson just didn't take him seriously. Nope, Tyson got in there and got beat not once, but twice by Holyfield, man. So my dad was right. But shit, you know, like shit. What can we say, bro? What can we motherfucking say? What can we say?
Thank you, Slogan. Thank you guys so much. Really, Savage Killer Queen. I heard that Aaliyah was like a really I heard she was really nice. So that's a blessing that you guys got a chance to meet her. And that's a beautiful name too. So shout out to your daughter. I know she's beautiful as well. But y'all are haters, okay? I'm not giving up on Wilder. I gotta see my boy at least leave on the top, Lord. Please let him leave out on the top.
Lord.
I respect Wilder.
Yeah, I mean, I want him to just go ahead and leave. But like, no, I'm just being honest because I fucks with Wilder. Man, at one point, Wilder was the symbolization of black power. Like, he had these motherfuckers scared out here, Key. He had these motherfuckers scared. Did you not hear what that damn what's the dude name? He's the white guy. He used to be a announcer. He got his own podcast now. What's the white guy with the white hair? Kind of chubby a little bit. But he talking about after Wilder took his loss, I could like Wilder now. I can like Wilder. You feel me?
Oh,
What the fuck is
shoot, what is his name? He has a podcast. Damn
yeah, that's what I say. He got a podcast, but like Wilder had them people scared, dog. Like they can't stand to see one of us undefeated. Like we have to be defeated because us being undefeated, they can't stand that. And before I continue, I just need one person. Who gonna be the last person to support the grind for the day? I just need one person. Support the grind. Tim is hold on. Teddy Atlas. Thank you, Lamarcus Robinson. Lamarcus, appreciate that. Teddy Atlas. How you gonna fucking say after Wilder gets beat that I can like him now? Wilder's a good character now. No, we took away that invincibility because Wilder was going out there hitting motherfuckers with the RICO charge for real. He was giving niggas the RICO Act, knocking them the fuck out, and they was scared of that. But then for him to sit there and fix his fucking mouth to say, I can like Wilder now. Like, bitch ass nigga, why you couldn't like him when he was undefeated? Because he represented black excellence. He represented power. He represents domination. And they couldn't take that. That's why they hated Floyd. That's why they hating Tank. They hating that shit right there. They can't stand that shit right there because that right there is showing how inferior. That's why they kept trying to push Lomachenko, dog. Like Lomachenko lost his second fight. ESPN even showed on the TV that Lomachenko was 10-0-1. Bitch, you 10-1, motherfucker. Like they was trying to sit there and act like this nigga still was undefeated. You feel what I'm saying? Because they didn't want the show. They had this man who got beat by a front foot dominant Mexican over Terrence Crawford. Over Terrence Crawford is the pound for pound best. You feel me? Even after he got beat by Tio, they still was keeping him up there. Even if he got beat by Devin, they still was trying to keep this man in the top 5. They was trying to hold on like the great white hype. And shout out to my man Shiny Boy in the building with the $5 holler in the cash app. Appreciate you, King. Thank you for supporting the grind, my brother. Like, I'm just being real. And this is the type of shit that get me demonetized when I say shit like this, but fuck it. They can't do shit right now. I'll delete this shit in a week. But what I'm saying is, they can't stand that shit, dog. It fucks with them. Like, that's why HBO went out of fucking business in boxing. Because HBO was trying to tell us what we were supposed to fucking like. They was trying to tell us that Triple G, Lomachenko, the Klitschko's were the future of boxing. When Showtime was like, fuck that, bring your ass over here, Floyd. They had Floyd, they had Thurman, they had Spence. And Showtime went from the bottom tier to the damn #1 shit in sports boxing. And that's crazy because HBO used to have the best boxing. They used to have Saturday night boxing. HBO, motherfucker, do you know most of Roy Jones' top fights was on HBO, primetime Saturday? It wasn't no pay-per-view shit. HBO was the pay-per-view. Like, to make it to HBO, you made it. You got paid when you made it to HBO. HBO After Dark boxing, that was the premier boxing. Roy Jones versus James Toney. That was the #1 pound for pound fighter versus the #2. And Roy Jones was #2 going against a 40-something-year-old James Toney. Yes, that was on HBO After Dark. Now they just throw anything on fucking... You got Devin and Regis on pay-per-view. Like, you got bullshit on pay-per-view. Like, man, honestly, I've only seen 4 fights in the last 3 years that was worthy of pay-per-view. Honestly. Most of these fights wouldn't have never made pay-per-view. Tank It Round would have made pay-per-view because they had big motherfucking followers. Earl Spence and Crawford would have made pay-per-view. Canelo versus Charlo probably been the only one that made pay-per-view. The rest of Canelo and Triple G wouldn't have even been pay-per-view. That shit would have been HBO prime time. It would have been the main event. Like, matter of fact, honestly, I don't even think Tank and Ryan would have been pay-per-view, honestly, Key. Back then, it probably would have been the main event. Spence and Crawford, that would have did it because it was 2 of the best. But see, Ryan didn't have no pay-per-view. Like, yeah, Spence and Crawford would have made it. Canelo and Charlo wouldn't even have made that shit. Canelo and Charlo fight wouldn't have been pay-per-view. Like, do you understand? Riddick Bowe versus Holyfield was not pay-per-view. Like, to be pay-per-view, nigga, you had to be something blockbuster, dog. And when they did do pay-per-view, that shit did numbers. But shit, it had to be worth it because HBO was the premier. It was the creme de la creme of boxing. Nah, Rollo. That's why I said Tank and Ryan wouldn't even have been pay-per-view, Rollo. To be pay-per-view back then, you had to be popular. You used to have something on the line. That's why I said Terrence Crawford and Spence would have probably been the only one of them fights that made pay-per-view. The rest of them fights wouldn't have made pay-per-view. Not even Ryan and Tank. Even though they did 1.4 to 1.6, that wouldn't even have been pay-per-view, honestly. Ryan and Tank wouldn't have
I
been
I I,
pay-per-view.
I disagree. I think that that was a pay per view worthy fight.
So Key, you think that was like Holyfield versus Tyson?
Two different. Those are heavyweights as far as that division
That's what I'm
go.
saying.
But you just hold on, Upper. Can I answer? With the you just mentioned popularity, with the popularity of Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia back then, although social media was non-existent, well, back then, I still think that they would have had a way because Ryan Garcia, prior to all the stuff that occurred, Ryan Garcia still had a 93 or 94% knockout rating, whereas Tank had the same thing. At a lower weight class, hasn't been seen in a very long time what these guys are packing. I think that that would have easily been a pay per view. Now,
Now, can I say one thing? You want me to
go
tell you
ahead.
why it wouldn't have been? You want me to tell you why
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't have been?
Go ahead.
You had the number one pound for pound James Toney, who was 49-0 with over 30 knockouts. I think he had like close to 40 knockouts. You had the number two pound for pound fighter in the world, Roy Jones Jr., who was, I think he was like 40-0 with like 30 some knockouts. They was fighting the number one versus number two pound for pound for the belt. That wasn't even good enough to make pay per view. Key, do you know how many fights Roy Jones has on pay per view? And Roy Jones was the most electrifying man in boxing. Do you know how many fights Roy Jones had on pay per view?
How many of them?
Zero. Yeah,
Okay, but I'm just saying, okay, and I get that, and I understand that, and I know that, but at the same time, I still think that Tank and Ryan would have still been a good pay per view fight back in the day.
I mean, I think it would have been a good fight on
Now,
the card.
now that, but you're talking about when I think no, I think that what you're talking about is that is that with the heavyweight. See,
Yeah,
heavyweight
that's
was
the only thing they was putting on pay per view was the heavyweights. They wasn't putting on those smaller people. That's what I was saying. They wasn't putting on
exactly. But I
anybody
still
on
think
the
that
heavyweight.
if we were to compare with the popularity that Tank has grown organically and with Ryan Garcia, they still would have been able to make a pay per view because at that time at 135, it was an anomaly of what Tank and Ryan was doing. I think they would have been able to make that, but heavyweight was Cash King back in the day. I
It
will agree.
was, and you know the only reason the smaller weights like tanking them are relevant is because of Floyd. And damn, Lamarcus, you right. That Roy and James Toney did just kill my Spence and Crawford argument. But yeah, the only way that you got on pay per view back then is if you was a heavyweight and it had to be something blockbuster. Because was Riddick Bowe and Holyfield on heavyweight? Was that pay per view, Key? Was Bowe versus Holyfield pay per view? I can't remember.
Um, I
Wasn't
don't
it a
think
trilogy
so.
too? Yeah, it was a trilogy.
I don't think so.
I don't even think I think Lennox Lewis and Tyson was on pay per view. Tyson and Buster Douglas was pay per view. Tyson was the pay per view king. Tyson and Buster Douglas was pay per view. Tyson and Holyfield was pay per view. Tyson and Lennox was pay per view. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Let me know. Was Bo versus Holyfield pay per view?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't pay per view.
God, look at that. Come on now. Like they wasn't putting shit on pay per view unless it was some super heavyweight fights. Like, and that's what was crazy. But Floyd, and see, that's why I was about to say. Even though a lot of people could talk shit, no, it wouldn't have been Kawhi because they wasn't doing it back then. That's what I'm trying to say. Even though fighters have a lot of popularity, it wouldn't have been. That's why I'm saying people should give Floyd more fucking credit because Floyd partnered with Showtime. Floyd changed, and people can hate Floyd if they want to, but Floyd made it where smaller weight class can get pay per view. Floyd made it where people look outside the heavyweight class as pay per view. Floyd opened up that gate. So a lot of fighters should give Floyd homage, even though Floyd is an arrogant ass nigga key. But Floyd brought the light on the smaller divisions. Like he did something that Roy Jones couldn't even do. But like he did something that Roy Jones couldn't do. Floyd was a meticulous and smart businessman, dog. And that's why I say people got to give Floyd his fucking flowers no matter what you say. Floyd busted open the door. He made it where a lot of people can get that motherfucking bread. And like, I don't even think people would have bought no damn pay-per-views back then, honestly though. Like, we used to have that little silver piece that was HBO. Remember that shit, Keith? That little silver thing.
No.
You remember the
Mm-mm.
little silver thing that you screw in the back that gave you Cinemax, Showtime, and HBO? It was like a silver thing that you screwed into the back of the TV.
You talking about not an antenna?
Nah, it was like it looked like a carburetor a little bit. Like, it looked like a spark plug, but it goes on the back of the TV. It was like a metal cylinder. You screw it into the back of the TV, and it gave you the premium channels. Like
Mm-hmm.
all the premium channels. Yeah, man, that was my shit right there. You get one of them, you get HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, and Disney. We used to go by stealing them shits. And but yeah, that's the way sports was. So people owe Floyd a big ass thank you. Because Floyd made boxing open for everybody to get that motherfucking bread.
So, speaking of money, or speaking of fights, anyway,
Oh, filthy,
Turkey.
that's what it's called. Okay.
So Turkey has rolled out his plans for 2025, and
Oh shit.
I got a lot of questions. So, of course, Chris Eubank and Conor Ben is April 26th. There's going to be a card on May 3rd.
Give me a minute, Key. I'm about to switch devices. All right.
Okay. There's also a 5v5 at the end of May, a card in August, a card in October, and a December card featuring anyway. That's probably gonna be the MJ fight, if I'm not mistaken. So this has gotten praise and it has gotten backlash. So the praise comes from people saying that this is a good card. Turkey is saving boxing. They can't wait. The anticipation is like, okay, who is he gonna fight? You know, who's gonna be on these cards as far as the 5v5 go. The August card, the October card, you know what I'm saying? We know that, the October card, I think they're putting that for Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, being that they win their upcoming fights. But the criticism is, are you putting out these cards too soon? Putting him on pay-per-view. I think you could, though. I think with the hard hitting, just like with Floyd was on pay-per-view with Gotti. You know what I'm saying? With the hard hitting, that I think those would have been an excellent pay-per-view. Now, would it have sold what this one have sold? Possibly not, but I think that it would have been successful. But in my opinion, with hard hitting fighters, with good skills, I think that they would have fared well back then. Like, I always envision Tank and Ryan and Tio and all of them. How would we put them with how would they fare with a Sweet Pea? How would they fare well with gosh, my old school fighters are leaving me right now mentally, but with a lot of the fighters of back in the day, like, how would they have fared with that?
Trinidad and them would have beat the shit out of Tio. Like, honestly, I don't think Tio is that good, Key. I'm sorry. Like, I don't look at Tio as no good fighter. Like, I don't, because I went back and looked at Tio's last 6 fights. Like, I watched him versus Cambosis. I watched him versus Sandor Martin. I watched him versus motherfucking Jermaine Ortiz. I watched him versus Josh Taylor against Pedro Campa. I watched him against Steve Clegget. Teofimo is just not that good of a fighter to me. And I don't know if I was fooled earlier, but first off, his power didn't carry up to 140. That's one. His power didn't make it. He left his power down at 135. And for two, he's just not that good. He ain't got a good jab. He's just fast. If you look at Tio, the only thing he got is fast. Like,
Well,
it was a fast.
yeah, well, I mean, just to put them, because a lot of people hold these, Tio and the rest of them in a high regard. I'm just saying I would love to have seen them with them boys back in the day that was fighting at 135 and stuff. And I think it was just 135 back then. Back in the day, you used to have to watch the big fights on closed circuit TV. I don't know what my father and them put it on, but I know that we was there watching as a family. T.O. sucks at creating offense on the front foot. T.O. has um, regressed dramatically. I don't know what's going on with T.O., but hopefully by him being in Canelo's gym, that will give him whatever spunk he is needing, because his 2 back-to-back fights, man, I don't want to hear it. But so for back to Turkey real quick, you guys. So Turkey, the criticism that he's receiving is this too soon? You're announcing these fighters that you're in negotiations with, nothing signed, sealed, and delivered. And you're announcing these cards of what you're wanting to do for the year, without these fighters winning or anything else yet. Are they jumping the gun too soon? So that is one of the criticisms that I'm seeing on social media regarding all these fights that Turkey has being outlined for 2025. My eye is on this 5v5 in May, and it's going to be Mexico versus USA. I'm interested in that fight. I want to see who they bring up outside of Canelo. We know Canelo is May. Canelo got May on lock. So let's see what he has planned. So be looking out for Mexico versus the USA. We like that one. Andy, he can't create offense from nothing. He has to counter. Yeah, well, T.O. is T.O. T.O. is T.O. Just to name a few, all whooping T.O. Yeah, but I'm okay. Just take T.O. out of the mix. How would Loma fare up? How would Tank Davis fare up? How would let's keep it a bean? How would Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis? I feel like when you're talking about, they put a lot of titles on. First of all, shout out to the people that I just mentioned, because you have to have some type of talent to be mentioned with the ones that was ruling the lower weight class division. Okay. So I don't want to overlook that. Shout out to them, because we know that they do have skills. But think about it though. How would they have went with those type of fighters? Think about a Roberto Duran versus Tank Davis. That's a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about things like that. You know what I'm saying? Corrales, Diego Corrales. Like, I think about those type of fights, y'all. I ain't gonna stunt. I'm not about to stunt to y'all. Let me see. Why can't I think of my boy name? Shoot. That fought at the lower weight classes. I don't know why I can't. But even like, let's even think about Oscar De La Hoya back then. Let's think about, I mean, there were so many fighters. Everybody was fighting back then, before red tape got involved. Most of them ain't touching Sweet Pea. Well, y'all know Sweet Pea is one of my favorites of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put up or shut up when it comes to Sweet Pea. That's still one of my favorite fighters. I don't play about Sweet Pea. But that's all I was saying about that. Versus Bud at 135, that's a hell of a fight. That's a good fight, Rob Walker. Oscar versus Ryan at 140. I think Oscar put hands and feet on Ryan Garcia. I ain't gonna lie to you. Thank you, Rob Walker. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. That is not his daddy. That is not his father, okay? Y'all are silly. Y'all are mean. Mikey Garcia versus Bud at 135. I think Bud would take him. I think Bud could take him. I think Bud could beat Mikey Garcia. Am I in Mexico?
At 135, well, Mikey Garcia was the nigger killer. That's what they call that nigga, the nigger killer. He beat Adrian Broner. He beat Robert Easter, Mikey Garcia was that nigga at the lower weight classes. Yeah, Mikey versus Duran. I would love to see that. You know, Key at 135 and 127, Mikey Garcia had a crazy knockout percentage. Mikey was that shit. His only problem was he thought he could go up to Spence. He thought he could come up to 147 and fight Spence. That's what his problem was. You feel me? He thought he could come up there and flirt with the big fish. But Mikey Garcia came up to 140, took the belt, then went back down to 135. I think Bud Crawford had a chance to fight Mikey Garcia at 135 and he denied it. He said no, Key. He moved up. And that's real shit. Bud moved up instead of fighting Mikey Garcia at 135. Bud would have got his ass whipped by Mikey. Because Yuriorkis Gamboa moved up to fight Bud Crawford. And Yuriorkis Gamboa, Bud was doing his thing, right? But if Yuriorkis Gamboa was just a step faster, Yuriorkis Gamboa had been out of the ring for a year. He came back off a long layoff and jumped up from 127 to 135 to fight Bud and had Bud almost about to go out. But Yuriorkis Gamboa, I feel like if Yuriorkis Gamboa had if he could have had a tune-up fight, Key, that fight would have been a whole lot different. And Yuriorkis Gamboa is my favorite fighter at 127. I was mad as hell we didn't get the Wama and Mikey Garcia and Yuriorkis Gamboa trio because those were the three champions. Wama had two belts, Gamboa had one, and Mikey Garcia had the other one. You feel me? But you know, Prince Nassim at that lower weight class before Antonio Barrera. Before Marco Antonio Barrera got a piece of Prince Nassim Key. Prince Nassim was some shit. Prince Nassim was taking niggas up out of there. I would love to see Bam Rodriguez versus not Prince Nassim. No, Bam Rodriguez versus Marco Antonio Barrera or Eric Morales with a rehydration clause. But they didn't need rehydration clause because you had the 127 division, you had the 135, you had the 147. You didn't have that 140. You didn't have that 130. You didn't have them 20. Well, no, you did because Floyd fought at 130. I forgot when they took away them tweener divisions. Yeah,
Well, let's
I would have loved to see.
no. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I would love to see Tito Trinidad versus Earl Spence at 147. Because both Trinidad and Spence, all they doing is coming forward. Could you imagine Tito Trinidad versus Earl Spence Key in a showdown? That shit, it would have been better than Spence and Porter.
That's a really good fight. All of those fights are really good, though. All of those fights are good. Bam needs to fight Monster. Yeah, Meldrick Taylor was a good fighter too. Bud versus Arguello. Yeah, Hearn or Sugar Ray versus Bud at 147. Man, those are good matchups. Those are both of those. Shoot, I got Sugar Ray.
Tommy Hearns and Paul Williams.
I got Sugar.
I would like to see Paul Williams and Tommy Hearns.
Someone going to the hospital with that fight. Everybody going to the hospital, including the trainers.
Ain't no. I'm gonna tell you like this. You can say what you want, but ain't nobody at 147 fucking with Sugar Ray. They ain't fucking with Sugar Ray Leonard at 147. That nigga right there was something.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I said Sugar Ray. I got yes.
But I was agreeing with you. What you think about Paul Williams versus Tommy Hearns
Say
at
it again.
147?
Sugar Hearn versus wait, who did you say? Tommy who?
Tommy Hitman Hearns versus Paul Williams at 147.
Oh, Hearns. Paul Williams is a good fighter, though. I like Paul Williams.
They both tall as shit at 147.
I got Hearns.
And they both got power.
I think I got Hearns. I think I got Hearns in that fight. Paul Williams was a really good fighter. I hope he's doing well. I haven't seen much of Paul. I know he got injured and everything, and man, Paul Williams was a good fighter, man.
it hurt my heart that Sugar Ray Leonard died. I mean, Sweet Pea died the way he died. Like that man died like he was a derelict. Like they sit there and let one of our greats become like that. That shit crazy.
Exactly, and they're trying to make up for it. Hey, Leslie,
That shit crazy.
Michael Nunn versus Sugar Ray. Michael Nunn was Michael Nunn was a good fighter. God rest his soul. Second to none, good fighter. I actually know some of his family. I know some of the nuns. Very big in the Midwest. Good family and everything, but Michael Nunn had one foot in and one foot out of boxing. Man, you can't play boxing. That's why I got Sugar Ray.
Ooh, oh, Key, the best fight at 160. Guess
Mm.
what it is? And can't nobody tell me this ain't the best fight at 160. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roy Jones at 160. God almighty, boy. Could you imagine that, Keith?
Yeah, that's a good fight.
Sugar Ray Leonard versus. You remember Sugar Ray went up there and got Hagler now. Sugar Ray versus Roy Jones at 160. Oh, my God. I don't even know who the fuck would win that because you know Roy Jones is the most electrifying man to put on the damn gloves, and Sugar Ray was that motherfucking nigga. Who would actually win that at 160? Because at 160, Roy Jones was a 98% knockout. The only person he didn't knock out at 160 was James Toney, the number one pound for pound fighter. Rollo, you saying Sugar Ray over everybody, but Roy Jones is my man. Roy Jones was that nigga at 160 now, Rollo. He was that nigga at 168 and 154. Like Roy said, he the only fighter to go from 154 and win a heavyweight
That was my
championship.
boy right there. That's what I was trying to think of. Thank you, Rod. Aaron Pryor. I would love to see Aaron. I would
They
love
said
to
that a
see
while
Aaron
ago.
Pryor versus Tank Davis. That's a good fight.
I would like to see Aaron Pryor versus the Hulk, Julian
That's
Jackson.
an excellent.
Somebody going out there on the stretcher. Somebody going out
Somebody
on the stretcher, Keith.
with that Aaron Pryor versus Tank. That's a good ass. Oh God, that's a good fight. And Aaron Pryor was like 5'5", like 5'6". That's a good
Exactly,
man.
exactly, Lamarcus. Neither one of them will have the speed advantage. Roy Jones was fast as hell, but Sugar Ray was fast too. Could you imagine them motherfuckers, Keith? Roy Jones and Sugar Ray. The speed
Yeah,
of both of them fighters. Damn, boy. I might pull up Knockout Kings and put that shit on today.
yeah, that's an excellent fight. That's an excellent fight.
James Toney. James Toney versus Marvin Hagler at 160. Whew. James Lights Out Tony versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler at 160. That's another one, boy.
I liked another fighter who I liked too that I had watched film on a couple years ago. Was Wilfred Benitez. He was good. He was before my time, but he was good. He was a great fighter. Well,
Ooh,
he is a
you talking
great
about
fighter.
Wilfredo?
Wilfred Benitez.
Wilfredo?
He was
Oh,
a
yeah.
he was a good fighter. I had watched him a couple years ago. So I'm like, why does my dad keep mentioning him? And I finally sat down. I'm like, oh, he was a problem.
Mm-hmm. He was a defensive specialist, too.
He was definitely a problem. I would have liked to see that. Wilfredo Benitez in the mix with all them boys.
I would like to
Because
see
he had to
Wilfredo.
fight with
Wilfredo. You know who I would like to see? Benitez versus Floyd at 135.
yeah, because he fought everybody.
Wilfredo versus Floyd at 135. That would have been crazy.
He did
That
get
would have
beat
been
up by
crazy too.
Hearns, but Wilfredo Benitez fought everybody. I like Wilfredo Benitez, champion at 17. Yup, yup. I like Benitez. That was my boy too.
But you know what fight I really would want to see at 135? It's a Mexican showdown. Roberto Duran versus Julio Cesar Chavez at 135.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because Julio Cesar at 135 was a problem. And
Yeah,
Duran was too.
Yes, that's a good one too. Speaking of a problem though, real quick, y'all, last topic. Um Keyshawn Davis has
He gets
said
smoked by all
oh no, before we get to Keyshawn, Jamel Charlo put up a post on Instagram. I just want to put that out there. And it said, with the Lion, nobody should fight for a 154 WBC championship title without seeing me first. So folks are speculating. Is
of them.
Jamel Charlo
Oh,
calling out Earl Spence and Fundora?
hey, I would look. Hey, Spence said for the right price, him and Charlo can get it. Now, if Spence beats Fundora, well, when Spence beats Fundora, him and Charlo in Texas. Oh wow, Houston and Dallas. That right there will make Jerry Worlds go crazy. Houston. Oh yeah. Hmm, I would love
Marcus,
to see
they
that.
did that, but it was underground. They did it at a gym, Sweet Pea versus Floyd, and rumor has it Sweet Pea put hands and feet on Floyd, but I can't, I ain't gonna.
Rumor has it that Lamont Peterson put hands and feet on Floyd as well. They said Lamont Peterson. They said Floyd got off at first, and they said Lamont Peterson went ape shit on that nigga. And they said Lamont Peterson was giving Floyd the business. Sleep on how good Lamont Peterson was back then. Lamont Peterson was a problem. Shout out to my guy Bruce Gas and Jazz. Yeah, Prince Nassim and Tio. That'll be a good fight. I got Nassim stopping them though. But they both awkward as shit. That would have been a hell of a fight because Tio like the counter and Prince Nassim likes the offense.
Yeah, NHA too. Well, Jamel Charlo, I hear he's supposed to be coming back on the Spence card, or they might have something separate. I think he'll do good on the undercard right now just to get his name back in the mix. Um, but let's see how that goes because I know Jamal is coming back. I just gotta figure out where Jamel is gonna be. But now that we got Lubin with the IBF eliminator match, let's see. 154 looks like it's heating up again. Charlo beats EJ now. A few years ago, I take
Yeah,
EJ. Let's see it. I got
EJ used to beat his ass in sparring, but we'll see. We'll see what EJ look like after Fundora. Like Floyd said, EJ should have been at 168 though.
he really should have. Charlo versus Terry. No, ooh, Terry Norris. That's a pondering one because hmm, dang, Orthodox. Let me see. Orthodox fighter Terry. I think I got Terry in that one. Big Supreme. I think I got Terry. I think I got Terry. Another good fighter, Terry Norris. But cause Terry had problems with shoot, what was his name? What was his name?
Right,
Uh
Walker. Joe Kawasaki was ducking the shit out of Roy. He waited till Roy went out of his prime. Because Roy damn sure was calling Joe Kawasaki out. And Joe Kawasaki, his whole style was Roy's. And I hated that shit the way he was styling on Roy. That shit pissed me off. I was like, where the fuck was this shit at back in 2005 when Roy was trying to get your ass, man? Joe Kawasaki, he got that damn win. I was pissed off about that shit. That's why we talking about our greats. When they come down, that's when motherfuckers want to fight our great fighters then. Because Joe
um
Kawasaki should have got the beat put on him.
who was Santana. That's Terry Norris had a problem with Santana. I think he got disqualified, didn't he? Um, mm, that's a really interesting
Yeah,
one.
yeah, Big Supreme, the Hulk put Terry ass to sleep. Terry still, rumor has it, Terry still laying down there counting sheep.
I'm trying to think about it though with Styles because he had problems for some odd reason he couldn't get Santana, and then the other dude, um, what was the other one? Keith Mullins. I might have to go with Charlo. I think Charlo would get Terry Norris. I might have to go with Charlo. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Charlo.
You know who I would like to see? I would like to see Charlo versus Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor to beat B Hop for the undisputed. I would like to see him versus Charlo.
Mm,
And I'm talking about Jamal Charlo, not Jamil. I want to see Jamal Charlo in his prime versus Jermaine Taylor in his prime. That'd be a hell of a fucking fight. At 160.
TM, that's the goal. I'm hearing that they're trying to get Jermell Charlo and them back in the mix. They get them out here at quarter 1 in the spring, and they'll be back in the fall because they opening up 168 for Jamal Charlo for the either Canelo fight or the, which probably don't make sense now, or the Caleb Plant fight. But of course, like I told y'all,
Jamal got to fight Caleb.
like I told y'all before, Munguia put Munguia threw a wrench in all of that, man. I ain't gonna mad at Munguia. Dang. We'll be getting these fights a lot freaking sooner. Good fight, but I got Charlo.
People forget how good Jamal Charlo really was, though. At 154, Jamal Charlo was way better than his brother. That's why he moved up to 160. The way he put J Rock on his ass. But hell, Bill Haney versus B Hop. Who you got in that one? The bathroom brawl.
See, TM, I was oh, you said Jeremy. Okay. I don't know which who you mean, TM? You mean Jermaine or Jermel? Which one you talking about, TM? Jermaine just seemed like once he became a champ, he stopped caring. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Jermaine got
didn't he have a robbery charge or some shit? Didn't he get armed robbery and shit? Jermaine
I'm not
Taylor?
sure about that part. I'm not sure about that.
He went to prison for that shit. You know who I would like to see at 160 though? Kelly Pavlik versus Sergio Garcia in their prime. Sergio Garcia versus Kelly Pavlik. Remember Kelly Pavlik? That's the one that beat the shit out of Jermaine Taylor, and I think he beat Danny Jacobs as well. But Kelly Pavlik versus Sergio Garcia, because Sergio Garcia, man, that nigga right there was like smooth motherfucking butter key. That motherfucker had some moves for your ass. Sergio Garcia used to make motherfuckers look stupid.
Ernie Shavers. First of all, God rest his soul. Ernie Shavers versus Tyson.
Well, Rollo, if Keyshawn stopped ducking, we can get Tank versus Keyshawn, Rollo. Which you made an excuse for Keyshawn talking about Keyshawn versus Loma's a good fight. But he wasn't saying knock knock Loma. You tricking the game too long, Loma. Nah, he got all that hype off Tank, so he need to go ahead. Rollo said he hated. Rollo said he hated Kelly Pavlik. You can hate Kelly Pavlik, but that was a tough ass white boy. That white boy was coming. You know who I wanted to see? David Tua and Mike Tyson. I wanted to see that shit. David Tua and Mike Tyson.
I'm trying to think
Or Lennox Lewis versus a prime George Foreman. One of the hardest hitting damn heavyweights. George Foreman versus Lennox Lewis. Whew, that would have been some shit.
I'm still on Ernie Shavers versus Tyson. Thank you, TM. I have no choice. I had to watch ball and basketball. Those are my sports. Let me see.
Oh damn, Supreme.
Thinking about that.
Damn, they did the essays too, Supreme? Damn, I didn't know that.
Oh wow, really? That happened to Jermaine Taylor? Oh, the fight is not available yet. Hurt my heart to see that white boy do Jermaine like that.
Hey, I was mad as shit too, Rollo. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, God damn, Jermaine. I felt like Joe Jackson to Key. I was like, God damn, Jermaine. But he wasn't Jermaine Jackson. I was like, God damn, Jermaine. Whoop that boy ass. But it was just as bad when you was watching. Remember Danny Jacobs? Remember the damn, what was it? Wasn't that Mauricio Suleiman there at the fight and everything? Everybody was so primed to give Danny Jacobs the belt. And that boy put the beats on Danny Sweet Jacobs. I mean, he beat the shit out of Danny Jacobs in that damn ring. Everybody was like, what the fuck just happened? You don't remember that shit, Key?
Yes. Y'all, I'm sorry. They hate LV. They keep sending me these. Y'all keep putting these good fights. Kelly Pavlik versus Andre Ward. That's what I was looking at, like contemplating. But see, Kelly had problems with B Hop. Kelly had problems with B Hop and Sergio. So I would pick Andre Ward with his sound boxing. I think Andre could get Kelly.
Andre Ward versus damn Roy Jones at 168. Whew. Roy
Oh,
Jones putting that nigga to sleep.
I think Roy Jones knocks Andre Ward out.
Andre ain't gonna be able to do that grab and clinch on Roy. I wish Andre would have fought Chad Dawson at the right weight, but he had Chad Dawson weight drain.
Hey, LV.
Exactly, Ron Walker.
Being lost for 10 seconds. You are funny. Salvador Sanchez versus because we know Pernell got a nice beard on him now. Man, you know what? That's my great what if, man. Salvador Sanchez, even though he's still revered as one of the greatest, it's just like, man, I just wonder where he would have been now, man. Like, man, it's gone too soon. Against Sweet Pea. Well, I seen what he did to, and I had to go back and watch. He's another one because these men are before my time. I seen what he did to Wilfredo Gomez.
Oh yeah. You
And
know a
then
good fight, y'all. Oh, go ahead.
and then
No, go ahead.
with Sweet Pea had it all with his defense. Damn, that's a tough one.
I would like to see Baturviev versus Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Crusher Kovalev in his prime versus Baturviev in his prime. Whew.
Sweet Pea versus him. Sweet Pea versus Salvador Sanchez. Sweet Pea versus. I'm gonna go with Salvador Sanchez. Maybe split decision. I don't know, but it's hard for me to bet against Sweet Pea. That's a good one. Whoever had that one. JTM, salute King, salute to LV.
Hey, what y'all think about Sergey Kovalev coming off that body versus Baturviev in their prime? Because you know Sergey Kovalev killed the nigga in the ring too. The Crusher Kovalev versus Baturviev in the same in their prime. That'd have been crazy.
Yeah. Dang.
Who you got in that one, Key? Between Kovalev and Baturviev in their primes.
Kovalev is a beast now. Shoot, that's a good one. I think in a prime. Up or a draw. I think they knock each other out. Hell.
I swear he beat Andre Ward that first
I
fight.
think Baturviev footwork with his punch placement back in his prime, which is about 6 fights ago, was something to be marveled at. Like, that's what I've always respected. I mean, we all know that Baturviev power is there, but Baturviev, man, like the way he could do damage and how he can, but what's his name? Kovalev, he'll know how to keep his head off the line. That's a good ass fight.
Kovalev had that damn jab. That jab,
Yeah,
his jab was like
but Bivol did too, and Baturviev knew how to come. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, and Anthony Yard too. That's a
but
tough one.
shit, I felt like Kovalev beat and Andre Ward that first fight, honestly. But Sweet Pea was robbed against Chavez and De La Hoya.
He said Baturviev TK. You think he knock out Kovalev? Okay, I respect it. Yeah, he did. Sweet Pea got cheated a couple times. I'm still pissed off about that. Baturviev bigger strength is his mind. Yeah, and his chin. And the fact that he fight Hey Free Smoke. And the fact that he fights bears outside. Okay, Tank Davis is the first fighter in history. Dang, we was talking about old school fighters, Rollo. To clear out the division under where he had a belt. That boy special. Thank you. Why the F they cancel Arrow fight? Where are you seeing this at?
That shit ain't council free smoke.
Oh no, it is. Damn.
I guess that's what he meant by he said he needs more time to give you the best of him.
No, he said, ooh, and Bud just threw a shot. Oh shit. Oh, what? I'm sorry. Shoot. Sorry.
What Bud say?
Bud said should have took the fight when you had the chance. Now it's over with. Mm.
We'll see what Bud say after Canelo puts the beats on his ass. Because Canelo is gonna put the beats on his ass. He's about to get the same Canelo that Charlo got. Because one thing about Canelo, his pride is not gonna let him lose to a black man again.
Charles Conwell is being considered for the replacement for Fundora.
So Fundora pulled out, or did Spence pull out?
I'm not sure who
So
pulled
who?
out. Oh yeah, that is the one that did that. LV. Um, I would assume that it's fun. I think Earl's pulled out because Fundora is seeking a new fight. They got Charles Conwell lined up. Damn it. What? I got to reach out to my source to see what the heck happened. So that's why Earl was saying all that stuff yesterday. Okay, something must have went down at the negotiations. And Bud, okay, we get it. No need to kick the man while he down. What do you mean should have taken the fight when you had the chance? Now it's over with. What?
That's
Oh,
why I can't. I swear, I hope they make that Bud versus Canelo. I swear, I hope they make that fight.
no, that has nothing to do with the PBC. If Earl said that he didn't want to fight, that they can't force Earl to get in the ring. I know Shiny Wells is it's a habit.
Now
um,
he's talking about pull it out instead of cream pie.
okay, thank you, Upper. Um, it says the WBO would not sanction Fundora and Spence due to the latter being inactive for 1 year and 5 months and a TKO in the last bout, not rated in 154, and has never fought in 154. Ruling otherwise would be a disservice to the rest of the 154 rated contender. So basically what they're trying to say is they didn't like that Spence was able to move up and get first dibs on a championship fight rather than work his way up like all the other 154 fighters is doing. But why would, correct me if I'm wrong, but was undisputed. Okay. Earl didn't have any titles. I got that. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm talking out loud. Yes, cancel
but
just
but WBC wouldn't have cared. You know they love Earl. Earl brought them so much motherfucking money. Mauricio Suleiman would have made a special belt for Earl. But the WBO was trying to block the fight any damn way. They was trying to block that fight anyway. Fuck 60 and fight Janikal. Janibek. Going up to 160 fight Janibek. You know something? I wouldn't have mind seeing Usyk versus Tommy Morrison in their primes. Tommy the Machine Gun versus Usyk before he got AIDS.
I'm sorry, Upper. I'm reading something.
Oh, I know. I'm talking to the chat. I'm talking to the chat.
Mm. So did Bud snake the fight? No, Bud is going up to fight.
You know who I
Shoot.
think? You know who I 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 think has something to do with this key? Who just said that if you want to be a WBC champion, you got to go through me? Who just said that?
Jermel.
Maybe Jamel trying to get in place.
Is Jermel Charlo versus Earl Spence bigger than Earl Spence versus Fundora?
Hell fucking yeah. In Texas? Yeah. And
Hey,
Big Supreme. I think Earl was talking about Bud as well because Bud did stay out of fighting for over a year, and then he didn't have testing when he fought David Avanesian as well. You know, Bud had to get his body ready to fight Earl. I ain't never seen Bud that good. Bud was spectacular. That's why Earl said motherfuckers come back after over a year or something and be ready to kill somebody in that ring. Bud ain't never had that type of power. Bud busted up Earl with a jab. Like he hit Earl with a jab, and that shit did more damage than a Danny Garcia clear hook. Like Bud Crawford hit Earl with a jab that did more damage than Danny Garcia's left hook.
hmm.
Now he wasn't talking about Ryan Garcia usually. Bud went from 130. Y'all gotta realize Bud is a 135-pound fighter. Now he's at 154, and he trying to go to 168. If that, I'm not calling Bud nothing, but yeah, that's something like Pacquiao right there. Pacquiao went up like that.
I'm trying to figure out what
Did
the
y'all
heck.
did y'all see Bud's traps and shit when he came in there to fight Earl? Bud was huge, dog. Bud was huge as fuck when he fought. Earl was the smaller guy. Earl Spence, that was the first time I've seen Earl as the smaller guy in a fight. And he was the smaller guy versus a former 135 pounder.
Mm,
The nigga is busting out of gloves. I've never even seen Mildred Taylor or Julian Johnson. They never bust a pair of gloves, but Bud did. Rallo, Floyd did it, but Floyd didn't go up to 168. Floyd went up to 152. Rallo, and Floyd was never the bigger nigga in the fight. Floyd wasn't the bigger man when he was at 147 or 152. So you can't do that. I knew Cash Crypto was gonna come out the cut when we started talking about Bud. There you go. Yeah, Bud was bigger than Benjamin, a career 154 pounder. Because he was Big Supreme. Go back and look. Big Supreme said fucking jacket. Well, Rollo, that's a lie because he came in at 170 versus Majimov, Rollo. He was 171 when he fought Majimov. He weighed in at 154. He came in the ring at 171, Rollo. So that's a lie. Okay, Juice Lee. Bud was bigger than Majimov then, Juice Lee. And Majimov is a career 150 pounder, 154 pounder. So how you explain that, Juice Lee?
so basically, they didn't want Earl to get first dibs. Like they wanted him to. I can't be mad at it though. I can't like. He got to come up there. Okay, get your feet wet with some other fighters. Okay, they just wasn't willing. The sanctioning bodies and all of them just wasn't really willing to let that go. And I get Fundora moving on and looking at another opponent because Fundora been out the ring. It's gonna be a year. So he got to get in the mix, and now they got to find a different venue. This puts a whole damn different plan in place. So Dallas will be off the table. Um, Fundora, is Fundora a headline fighter? Is that a free
Nope.
TV card?
That's a
Um,
free TV card.
so then Fundora should be on the undercard. You flip that,
Exactly.
you could possibly do a Jamel Charlo versus Earl Spence, Fundora on the undercard with Charles Conwell if he's the leading person. Then put on uh
Earl Spence versus Bud would be a hell of a fucking fight, and the winner go for Fundora.
it
Bud
it,
versus
it should be free smoke. It should be, because if you, that means that they'll have to, if they can do Earl Spence versus Jamel Charlo, from Fundora versus Charles Conwell or somebody else under undercard, and who else could
or
be
the
on the,
co-main on the co-main.
yeah, on the co-main, and then shit, Jesus Ramos is already coming back. Dang, who else we got?
Ain't
Um,
Jesus Ramos supposed to be on the card?
Lubin, put Lubin on Earl Spence undercard for the
Lubin don't
IBF
deserve it.
eliminator.
Lubin don't deserve that.
He won't. He'll be on the preliminaries though. He wouldn't be on the co-main
I,
though.
I, no, Rallo, how could you say he ended the career and Earl still trying to fight? It don't make no sense. I say put Vito Milnicki on it.
Vito, shoot, Vito got a fight lined up. That's out of the question.
Oh
Dang.
damn. Put
Um,
Elijah Garcia versus Arizona Laura or something. Put Laura on that card.
Laura, they're trying to get Laura lined up for shoot, what's his name? I think Laura, they're trying to get some lined up for Laura. I think, but that'll be good. That's a good, it's a good
Free
suggestion.
smoke. Free smoke because it's Earl Spence card. It's not Fundora's card. It's Earl's card. Fundora was just a side piece. And if you put Charlo in place of Fundora, it's even bigger fight. If I was Fundora, I'd drop the WBO. I say fuck the WBO. How about that?
If
You fucking up my 8 figures. If I was Fundora, I'd drop that WBO belt and I go get my payday. But Fundora want to sit there and keep belts. Belts can't feed your family, Fundora. And
damn.
it's not like you some great champion because Tim Tszyu would have beat your ass if you didn't drop the people's elbow on them. So we seen what my man Brian Mendoza did to you, Fundora. So you're not really that solid of a champion. So if I was you, I would drop that belt and try to get me a payday.
Dang, he said, why is the WBO hating on Spence? Big Supreme, I don't
The
know what the,
WBO always hated on Spence.
I need to
Errol Spence,
mhm.
Errol Spence always publicly criticized the WBO. He even said it ain't even a major championship when they was talking about it before when he was at 147.
No, free smoke. It has nothing to do with them not dropping the belt. That wasn't the issue. He was gonna get stripped regardless of one of the belts, right? But they were still gonna go ahead with the fight. But unfortunately, they just said no because they just basically, to sum it all up, what I just read, Earl Spence is moving up. He hasn't fought a 154 fighter. He's not ranked, which, let me look, because I could have sworn Earl was he was in the top 10.
Exactly.
Let me see.
And you want me to tell you why it don't make no sense? Because the nigga that Shakur was gonna fight, Joe Cordina, just got knocked out and was coming up to fight Shakur. Ain't nobody say shit about that. Ain't nobody said shit about Joe Cordina coming up from getting knocked out to fight Shakur, the fight. Remember that, Key? Joe Cordina was about to fight Shakur for the WBC.
No, he's not ranked. He's not. They removed him from the rankings. Okay. So it's a chess move being played. It's chess moves being played right now. I don't even think it has anything to do with Earl Spence. I think it has something to do with the PBC. I think they playing a chess move right now.
It's Turkey
Uh,
out like shit. It's Turkey out like shit doing some bullshit. Turkey trying to put his press game down. I already seen this shit coming. He's trying to force Al Heyman, but what he gonna do? He's gonna end up fucking himself up. Fuck with Al Heyman. You fuck with Al Heyman his mind. You really don't want to do that because Al stopped giving you motherfucking fights now.
yeah, this is a chess move being played because I swear to God, I read Earl Spence's name.
Earl just
I
ranked.
know I
He was
did.
just ranked last month. He was ranked number 5 in the WBC last year. Salute my man Greenville and Mike in the building. Yeah, Turkey trying to go to war with PBC, but he about to realize this ain't a war he can win.
Yeah, because he was just ranked. I've read his name. I literally read. I know what I read. He was ranked, and he's
Shout out to my brother. Well, you know Mauricio Suleiman right now. You know Mauricio Suleiman. He was just kissing Turkey ass a couple weeks ago. I forgot about that.
yeah, that was a chess. Ooh, so that's why he was saying Big Supreme was it or GM? Somebody had put the comment up yesterday about the cliques being formed in boxing. That's what that was. They had
Yep.
they had took it off of him. They took the thing away from him. That's what took so long because I'm like, spent like all the PBC
Damn.
should be announcing their fights either the week of the Battle of the King Davids or that same or within that same week. You know what I'm saying? The next week. And I wasn't hearing too much chatter. And then Earl comes out with that statement. That makes sense. Yeah, they just pulled they pulled a 187. That's what I call it. That's what it's yeah, that's messed up. Okay. So then Earl should just fight Jamel Charlo. Boom. Get it over with.
Whoever Earl fights is still gonna sell out. It's still gonna be pay per view. It's still gonna be blockbuster. Like Earl Spence is bigger than the belts. Bud needs the belts, and he still can't even make a pay per view. Bud can have all the belts and still can't do a pay per view that's worth shit. Honestly.
Damn.
And shout out to my man Animalistic Savant in the cash app with the $2 holler. Appreciate you, bro. He says turkey eating shit sandwiches. Or turkey is a shit sandwich. He got this emoji. I don't know what the fuck that emoji is.
Bud ain't gonna fight and risk losing that Canelo fight. Absolutely. Turkey pressing Al. I think that's the wrong person that you want to press, though. And it's not just Al. See, he has a team around him. Very educated. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, 2024
And turkey,
belongs to PBC. 2023 belongs to PBC. 2022 belongs to PBC as far as
Rollo, stop saying Rollo,
um,
How you keep saying dumb shit talking about EJ is done? EJ is still trying to fight, dumbass. What are you talking about, dude? Like the only thing they did was fuck up the bag of Fundora. Because if Earl could take somebody like Bud Crawford who don't sell and do 700,000, Earl can make it anywhere. Earl took your Danish Ugas and did over 300K. With Pacquiao can only do 270,000 with your Danish Ugas. Earl can fight anybody that's gonna do over 300,000.
but I'm trying to see
Okay,
wasn't they
Rollo.
fighting for the WBC though? This is it. This is crazy.
He was trying to fight for both of them.
Well, one of the sanctioning bodies
But
pulled
like
him.
I
We
said,
already
you know,
know
Mauricio Suleiman has been chilling with Turkey lately. Yes, he's still fighting, Rolo. He's still fighting, just not for the belt.
Hey B Dog, hey Cash Crypto. Um, yeah, they can't justify. Basically, they can't justify him getting a shot, and you got all the mother, all those other men, and you know what I'm saying, waiting.
But see, this is what I don't understand, right? They can't justify Earl coming up to get a shot, but they can justify Joe Cordina coming up to get a WBC title shot. Ain't that the same thing?
Yes, all of that is like I feel that's a chess move though. Because okay, think about it.
Oh,
Okay, let me hold on, wait, upper. Think about why I got this fresh in my mind. Think about it. Turkey just did what? He just the other day he announced all of these fighters that he's in negotiations with. It was about 20 fighters that I read off y'all the list. Then he doubles down and puts out a card that I just read you guys for the rest of the year. And then Earl Spence yesterday too came out and said what he said about clicks and boxing is done and all this other stuff. And then now all of a sudden the WBO comes out and says no, calls off the fight with Fundora, puts in trying to find another opponent for him. And the person look past Earl. The people that they just tried to put a halt to is who? The PBC. So, in my opinion, they are trying to play a chess move.
but all
I feel
Fundora
like
got to
they
do is
trying to
drop
hold
the
on.
WBO.
I think that they're trying to get the PBC to bend the knee, bro. I'm.
It's not gonna happen. But see, the thing is, if the WBO did that, all Fundora has to do is get rid of the WBO, and he can just say "fuck y'all." So if Fundora says "fuck the WBO," they can't cancel his fight. But Fundora's too worried about them trinkets. Like he cares about them trinkets.
Mm, this is very interesting. I told y'all yesterday the Civil War has started. Hey, Green Villain.
I'm gonna like it. I like it because Turkey still hasn't had a successful pay per view yet,
Yeah,
and
they did.
I still don't
They
see.
removed him too.
I haven't seen Turkey have a successful pay per view, and with his lineup, he's still not going to have a successful pay per view. He doesn't have the stars. The only successful pay per view he's going to have is Bud and Canelo, and that's because Canelo is fighting on it. And Canelo already told you what he wants. Canelo's not taking no less than what he said. Hell yeah, Earl should fight Manny Pacquiao. Man, if Earl fight Manny looking for a fight too,
Oh,
Earl
come
and
on.
Manny do
Oh,
it.
come on. Now we was just saying that Manny needs to retire now. Come on, don't do that.
Okay, well, that's a good tune-up fight for Earl. Plus, it'd be over 500,000 pay-per-view. Could you imagine that though, Manny and Earl Key? Think about the money to do. I'm gonna shoot Earl a motherfucking text. Man, fight Manny Earl. Get in there with Packy. Ow! Or I'll fight Keith Thurman. Call Keith Thurman. Shit. Hey,
Mm.
Rallo, I'd rather see Earl versus Keith Thurman, Rallo. What? Hey, didn't Keith Thurman say he still was fighting? Him and Earl both had a long ass layoff. That would be the best
No,
fight for Earl.
Thurman was on our
Huh?
injured list. Keith Thurman was on our injured list. Remember, his arm was broke too. His something wrong with his
I
arm.
thought that was a couple years ago.
No, that was over the summer. He got injured in sparring. Remember?
Okay,
Earl was
okay, that was last year. That was
yeah, but
last fucking year.
he has not come off the injury reserve. I haven't heard anything about Keith
Man,
Thurman returning to
keep,
boxing.
keep Thurman for that Earl Spence bag will come. And I've always wanted Keith Thurman versus Earl since motherfucking 2015.
It's a civil war going on in boxing, y'all.
So, Keith, this is what I don't get. The WBO used to be whatever Bob orders, right? So who is the WBO going to slide toward between Bob and Turkey?
You said what?
Who is the WBO going to side for if it's against Bob and Turkey?
It should be Bob.
It is whatever Bob orders, right?
I mean, yeah, but Turkey and Bob had it out a few months ago, so I don't
That's
know.
what that's what made me say that. You know, Bob and Turkey ain't on good terms. So if they was to have that go down, then what would happen? LaMarcus said it was February last year. Keefe done too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the injury reserve. He was walking around. I think I seen it in July. He had a sling on. He another one. All these broken
That's over
arms.
almost a year. That's over almost a year ago. Yeah, exactly. Andy Keith was at the Tim Zoo fight before Baccarat Keith. That's what I said. Because Keith Thurman was at the Baccarat fight talking about Tim Zoo.
Well, where is Keith at now?
Hey, your guess is good as mine.
Let's see how this go. No wonder Earl put that out there. I gotta do some digging because this is definitely unfair. This is not fair at all. This is disparate treatment. But I think that a line I think they after the PPC, bro. I think the war has begun. The war has begun. But I think Keith would beat EJ due to EJ being damaged goods. Rallo, wow. Wait a minute, Rallo. You were just taking up for Wilder, sir. Really? EJ had one bad fight. Wilder got back-to-back beatings. Like, don't do that. If Crawford is about to fight Canelo, why allow him to hold the 154 division hostage? Great question, Big Supreme. Great freaking question. It's time for him to drop the belt. Are we going to get another recap of 2022 to 2021? No, it was longer than that. Hell, 2020 to 2023. Are we getting a part 2 of that? Stay tuned and find out. I just know that a line just got drawn. A line just got drawn, y'all.
Well, shit. Well, that's it for the day. That's it for the day, Key. You got anything else for the day?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, I appreciate everybody for coming out. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace and bless to everybody.
Thank you guys for
And
go ahead.
no,
Thank you guys for coming through. Tomorrow has just gotten way more interesting for boxing talks. I'm gonna do some digging into this because something isn't right with this. Something is not right with the WBO, WBC, and Turkey, and it's just a lot going on right now. But I thank you guys. I appreciate y'all each and every day for coming through. Shout out to all of y'all. We gonna have this talk. We got the fight card tomorrow. I'll be presenting that as well. I do have an appointment tomorrow, so if I'm a little late, forgive me because I got a facial. But salute to all things. All things have been behaving himself. I know that's my friend. My right hand. All things ain't cussed nobody out. He ain't been funny. Okay, thank you, Rollo. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Cash, Crypto, Turkey, Grease, and the Sanction and Body's Hands for all this clown-ish cat. Is something going on? Big Block, good to see you. Big Supreme, the WBA told Tank to pick a division, and he dropped 130 and 140. Yes, he did. They did. Hey, Rod. Thank you, Rod. Shiny Bone. Phenomenal show was in the building. My fave, Tim Stout, NHA Tube, EB Sweat a Lot was in the cut. Bruce had the Queens in here, 2 Cents, and Ashley. My boy Just Do. Thank you guys so much. If I missed you, my apologies. Teach was in here. Everybody, thank you guys so much. And that's